It's been a while. And I can hear myself in the background. Oh well. We'll figure that out later.
Let me check the stream itself to make sure that's not coming through.
As you can tell by the voice, Cole here. Of course. Nope, I can hear.
Okay. Alright, no, it's not coming. Thankfully, it's not coming in on your end, so on the stream. And then the only reason I heard my echo is because the audio was bleeding through on my computer, so we should be fine.
Right. All right. Let's see. Let's just click continue then and see where we left off. I don't remember.
Yeah, I completely forgot where the hell we even were.
Okay, so I think we're going to Traverse Town next.
Traverse Town.
I mean Twilight Town.
About to say Traverse Town was. Yeah, I believe that's what we're doing.
I don't think I need to do anything.
I don't think so. I think we just need to go on and head to Twilight Town, because you're gonna have to go through the BS of having to defeat the Wave of Darkness.
Well, I'm on easy mode, Cole, so.
Thankfully. And if anyone's ever played Kingdom Hearts 3, if you're on anything but critical, then the game's a breeze.
Pretty much. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna use this setup. Oh, we got one person, Riku Wisteria.
Is that Master Riku, I wonder?
I don't know, because they changed their names. Who knows what kind of people we'll find in our chat room, but Cole is moderating and he has the power to delete you if you misbehave.
Yep, so yeah, behave. Used to be known as, it's Master Riku! What's up, Master Riku?
Hello, I forgot how to control this thing.
Oh lord, we get to see Joel try to figure out how to pilot the gummy ship.
How do I turn down? There we go.
Yeah, that's how you do it. How you been, Master Riku? How are things? Oh lord. And I think Joel doesn't realize how to work the camera.
It's been a while, and who knows, my own controller just going nuts. Ooh, but actually I wanted to get those, so, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay, I think I got it.
It's hard to believe, Joel, that, what the...
I'm gonna try and fight some of these guys just a little bit, just to, level up my gummy ship.
Master Riku, not much, and I always behave. I will not be told that I am, oh, hey, is that a cookie?
Cookie?
Right on brand, anyway.
That
is so on brand.
Okay.
Hard to believe, Joel, that it's almost, we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of the release of 3.
Yeah, we haven't even finished 3. We've done all the games at least once.
Yeah, pretty much, or at least discuss the cutscene ones.
And watch.
We can now watch.
And Dream Drop Distance.
Yes. Oh, that was a time.
That was a boring game.
It was a boring playthrough, more or less. I feel like the thing is, that's a game you really have to get into the gameplay more than anything else. Otherwise, the game just kind of goes, eh. Because I know you find this funny, Joel, but my girlfriend's been playing Dream Drop Distance, and it's been her favorite to play so far.
Oh, really? Oh, that's well. Hey, awesome for her. If she ever wants to join one of these playthroughs as part of the commentary, feel free.
The Dream Eater aspect of it, she loves.
Oh, I mean, like the kind of the Kamagotchi kind of Pokemon thing.
Yeah, the Pokemon thing. So honestly, I feel like that's a better game to play than it is to watch.
That's probably true. And if you're trying just to let's play through it, then you can't really show all the mundane.
Come to think of it, I wonder which Kingdom Hearts does the best in terms of Let's Plays. Like, which one garners the best viewership, I wonder.
My guess is probably 2.
I wonder if Master Riku has any thoughts on that.
How do I move forward again?
You have to, remember, Joel, the way the gummy ship here works is, follow the mini-map to the path.
Right. I mean, I'm following to the path.
I think it's circle.
Okay. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out, people. Ooh, I want to get one of these.
Again, I haven't really messed with, oh yeah, just go to the checkpoint. But, I haven't played any of the gummy ship stuff since since I had to grind to get the ultimate weapon. Because you have to go through gummy. This is the first game in the series where you have to do gummy stuff in order to get the ultimate weapon.
I mean, I'm not going for the ultimate weapon. Sorry, folks.
Eventually, we'll have to get to the secret boss too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, eventually, and don't worry, we will be doing the whole. Master Riku says, I'd have to say too, because most of the worlds people wanted to visit were in that game. Though I think 3 is close behind. I haven't played the DLC or the Melody bit either. We'll be. Don't worry about that. We will definitely be going through Remind at some point.
Oh, that's right.
What?
We gotta do Remind again.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to fight the secret bosses, Joel. That'll make good content.
Can I? I don't know if I've unlocked that yet.
You gotten to the point where you can fight the data bosses.
True, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to Ysor though.
No, I think we can get you there. I think we can. Master Riku says no spoilers. I'll try my best not to. Joel and I definitely won't be spoiling Melody and Memory.
Oh, I was hoping we talked a little about some of the newest stuff, but okay. That's fine.
Well, remember too, Joel, Melody and Memories just started to come out, so maybe later on, maybe like in a video or two later, we'll talk about Melody and Memory a little bit.
Can we at least talk about the Xehanort game?
Dark Road? Yeah.
Alright.
By the way, if you haven't played Dark Road, go do it. Anyway.
I haven't played it, but I've been watching the cutscenes. It's very interesting.
It really makes me appreciate how Xehanort fell the way he did.
I'm gonna say this right now. I hope we get something like this for Kylo Ren, 'cause I think he needs his own Road to Darkness game.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Master Riku says Dark Road, have to play that. It gives a lot of insight as to how it makes it very plausible to understand why Xehanort fell. It makes it believable.
He is kind of like Riku, in a sense.
Yeah, except he's a lot more curious. His whole thing is more stemmed from curiosity.
So a bit like Sora, then.
A little more. Riku was curious too, but not in the same way that Xehanort was.
I've always felt Xehanort was never personally connected to Sora in a way I always wanted him to be.
I find it interesting, though I think 3 helps with that. It really makes it's connected in the frame of they are definitely enemies.
Should we go back?
That's true.
They're very much enemies, and that's their relationship. And Remind really hits that home.
No. The others have already got enough on their plates.
I like it when Zora and Xehanort interact with each other, because I don't feel like they don't enough.
When they, Master Riku says, when they create Kingdom Hearts 4, and I know they will, one world I would hope they have Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest World included. I've actually never seen Robin Hood, Joel.
That's a pretty good movie.
I don't know.
You know, since Master Riku brought that up, Joel, and I feel like we're in the time to actually begin talking about it, what worlds would you actually bring into Kingdom Hearts 4?
Ooh, Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Maybe Sherwood Forward? I would do Aladdin 3 if we could still do that.
Yeah, we can do King of Thieves, absolutely.
It was like
for the first time. Treasure Planet?
Yes, Atlantis, if we could do that.
Too bad Leonard Nimoy's dead and the, Marty McFly retired.
Yeah.
Was I ready?
Who else? What else?
Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah. Brave, Moana, I really hope we get Moana at some point.
Maybe by the time Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, that new Disney movie with Kelly Marie Tran will be out by then.
Is that called The Last Dragon or something?
Yeah, that one. That looks good. That movie looks good.
Watch the trailer for that.
Up? There's gonna be an Up world, you know it.
I would love for them to do Up. Also, Coco. I think Coco would fit amazingly in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, Coco would be brilliant thematically and just work.
Yeah. Especially with 4, especially with what's going on just in general.
Do you see Carly? Always love the cutscenes of this game. It's like they're just so alive and full of life.
You secret leash. Oh, I forgot that's a thing.
I saw a tweet from you, Cole, earlier, like, who's hotter, Donald and Goofy? And, like, you and I both agree, it'd be Goofy.
Oh yeah, of course. Master Riku says, Sword in the Stone, yes. Jungle Book, Aladdin 3, of course. Treasure Planet, Atlantis, Moana, Lilo and Stitch's Hawaii World, and of course Bambi. I mean, some of these summons in the past. That is true. I wonder if Jolith will ever get a Bambi world.
I don't know how you would do a Bambi world. There's not much story to Bambi.
You can't just bring. Master Riku also says you can't just put out the summons and not bring out their worlds. I would also hope at some point we get
Wreck-It Ralph world.
Yes.
Although he might have said
to be fair, we've got a Wreck-It Ralph world already. That's just in Union Cross.
Oh, that's right. Oh, dang. Well, you know, they can always...
It's actually really... actually, in Union Cross, it's actually really good.
Oh, that's good.
It's a really cool world. Yeah,
apologies if I'm
see.
doing things a little bit hectically with this Let's Play. I haven't played this game forever, so it's like I'm kind of relearning it again myself. But I think I've got pretty... But I'm not too worried considering the almost criminal easy levels of this game.
Yeah. Like, when I played through this game originally on normal, I didn't actually die. I didn't actually die until I got to the final boss.
Oh, I think so too. I died during the Frozen world.
I didn't die there. I failed during the Luke Sword race, but that's about it.
Oh, I failed a lot during Pirates because I was lazy and I didn't upgrade the ship.
And if you're playing critical mode, well, then the game just says screw you and you're gonna die.
Yeah, my bad. That's
Yeah,
why when we go to Pirates World, that's why we're going to go go to the islands and get those crabs.
Yeah. Yeah, the Caribbean is actually really, really fun to play in this game. Story-wise, it sucks, but the gameplay of it is amazing.
Sora versus the British Empire.
Yeah, and also they don't bring in Will's father because reasons.
All of that. All those plot points that were confusing in Pirates, like, I never realized how much I missed them.
Yeah, because they kind of make the story make sense. Oh,
And
Star Wars and Avengers worlds need to be included. Oh, how I would love that. I think, Joel, I'm finally at the point now where I think Avengers, could happen. I think we're at the point now where an Avengers type world could potentially happen.
Cool. You know what had a very high chance of actually maybe going into Kingdom Hearts?
What?
Sora running into the Mandalorian. Oh, shh. I mean, think about it. The Mandalorian's just a guy in a ship who goes from place to place, helping people out with their problems.
I mean, that's the big question. I mean, how would you even include Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts?
You just have a giant Star Destroyer, take the gummy ship, and you fight on that. Just like...
I think that probably is the easiest way of doing it.
I mean, that's what they did with Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. I think that's probably if Star Wars ever somehow gets included, and I'm still iffy on that. I think Avengers eventually will happen.
You don't think Disney's gonna pass up that kind of money?
No, I don't know. I think they will eventually, but it'll be a bit.
I mean, they're getting close. I mean, we're already getting like weird Japanese World End with You crossovers, and Nomura's doing his weird things with his...
Except kind of not, and sort of, but not really. Which is also funny because because the World Ends with You just got a sequel that is now getting a sequel, which is awesome.
And an anime.
Nomura, yeah. A retelling of the original game, which is going to be really cool.
See, that's why I'm curious if Kingdom Hearts will do a retelling of the hang on, I gotta figure out. Okay,
By the way, this boss is a pain in the ass on Critical.
Oh, I know. I watched you. Like, I am like level, I don't know. I want to say 5. Oh, I just gotta. What was I thinking? I mean, how much do you think Nomura's gonna be involved with the World's End with You anime?
From what I understand, he's just a designer.
See, that's why I think that maybe the Kingdom Hearts TV series will also be a retelling of one of the games. Nice fight. If they're doing it
I'm iffy on that still.
It's been ages.
Again, what did Master said? With Avengers, Donald would have Thor's hammer as his wand, Goofy would have Captain America's shield, and Zora would probably have something in relation with Iron Man like his clothes or Keyblade. That would actually be really cool.
I still think the best way to do Avengers is just have Thor and Spider-Man be friends.
You know what's funny? My girlfriend mentioned the same thing. I think she said something along the lines of Spider-Man would be the easiest thing to have in Kingdom Hearts.
I guess it is. The creatures from the
I mean, I don't know what you do with Kingdom Hearts of the TV series.
Again, I feel like actually I don't even know if we've talked about that yet, Joel.
What? Have you heard something?
The rumors.
We talked about the rumors, I think, on the stream before.
Have we? Well, we'll talk about it on the playthrough. So, for any of you who don't know, years and years ago, a pilot for a Kingdom Hearts TV series was pitched. It never went anywhere, and it was shelved. If you really want to read the synopsis of it, I believe it exists somewhere online.
You can even find like little storyboards.
You can find storyboards, but this pilot never. I want to stress this pilot never went anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was pitched by someone who I believe was not affiliated with Square Enix.
Oh yeah, the other Twilight Town. It's like
so
spot the differences puzzles.
There's been some rumors floating about that another Kingdom Hearts TV series has been requested by Disney. And the rumor has it that it's going to be made using the Unreal Engine, which for those of you who don't know is a video game engine used in the creation of video games. Kingdom Hearts 3 is made from this.
Yeah, he is.
And there are more reputable sources for this. I think Joel and I looked at the sources a bit ago, and these sources aren't shady.
Crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should go to the place in the photo. It's the old mansion.
Now, it's been a bit since we've heard anything about this, and that's the last bit of rumors we've really heard about.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
But it's seeming like a Kingdom Hearts TV series is likely.
Want to snap a photo while we're all here?
And apparently it's going to be for Disney
That's
Plus.
a great idea.
Sora has to save the world, but first we must take pictures and goof off.
Wait, who's taking it?
Master Riku says Master Riku Wisteria says I can see them using the same things they use for Avatar with that series. To be honest, how so, Riku? The thing is, Joel, I'm not sure what Disney would do, because again, if Nomura's involved with it, Joel, if Nomura is helming it, I can see him wanting to add to something new to the series. So if he is directly involved, then I highly doubt it's a retelling.
That's true, but I mean, it's for Disney Plus, so they're probably a lot more willing to take a little bit more risk to what they're going to put on there. But still, they probably want. Look, don't look. I do wonder.
Lucky emblem.
I love the whole gummy phone aspect in this game, by the way.
Sora has a cell phone.
Yeah, I also love how by the end of the game, everyone has a cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do, Joel?
Guys, is that?
I mean, I still probably would just go with retelling of the game, but
if that's not the option.
I knew it.
Good luck, because they're not all this easy to find.
We better start asking around. You start by checking out.
I would find a way to have just new characters with the Keyblade going to worlds and helping out.
I would do sort of the same, like still have Sora be out there, but have him but have this be its own set story. Riku says, well, the tech they used to create Avatar, I can see them using it for Kingdom Hearts. They did for Mars Needs Moms.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this one.
I mean, I could see them doing that. Be interesting.
Okay, I'm still on level 7. Alright.
Imagine Joel if they did. Well, we know it's not going to be live action because they're doing it. Because if the rumors anything to go by, it'll be used the video game engine.
What am I supposed to do again? Shoot.
You need to head out. You need to go.
Oh, well, let's go to the diner room. That's where Scrooge is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe Scrooge doesn't show up.
No, you need to head outside the city, Joel.
Oh, we're going to the mansion. To the mansion.
Yeah, you gotta go to the mansion.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you don't spend a ton of time in Twilight Town. Twilight Town's essentially just the hub world.
Right. Okay, where do I go? I forget where I'm supposed to
I
go
love
here.
the updated look at Twilight Town, by the way.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, there we go. That's this way.
By the way, the Union Cross stuff is also really interesting.
Yeesh. Donald's complaining. I love it.
Rika says, I thought about having fans gathering somewhere in an open area to create a live-action battleground for the original war, but then COVID-19 happened. Yeah.
That'd be
That
something.
would be really cool. That would be really cool.
That's something you do for
I
your
hope that
Comic
if
Con.
there's ever like a convention somewhere, I hope someone like does like a Union Cross like type thing where you have like kind of like the unions come together to like show like almost as like a rendition of what pre-Keyblade War looked like.
What would you do, Cole? Like, what's your pitch? Like, what's your elevator pitch for Kingdom Hearts the series?
Essentially what you said, just have new Keyblade wielders just out and about doing go on missions.
Maybe they're friends with Sora. Like, Sora just met, like, I don't know, you come up with something weird. Like Sora, like Jake in the Neverland Pirates, where it's like Peter Pan's got
Riku
some
says I would
kid.
have asked. Riku says I would have asked Hollywood to help out and make it look epic. That would be interesting, though, given the Actually, I wonder. Imagine a live-action Kingdom Hearts movie, Joel. Think about that for a moment.
I do, and that scares me.
Yeah, it scares me too.
I saw what
Yeah,
happened
see
in
that.
Dragon Ball Z.
You're like, I saw what happened to Dragon Ball Z.
I saw what
Yeah,
Toriyama. I know what,
I would-
what happened to Toriyama.
Yeah, I would essentially just have new Keyblade wielders. Maybe have them know about Sora, but just kind of have them doing their own thing. Maybe have them and Sora pass each other.
Fight Disney villains and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Heartless!
By the way, Union Cross stuff's looking really interesting.
And then you gotta have like a new bad guy who's not an organization member, but like,
Maybe setting up for the future, especially now that we know
On that branch,
things.
the Heartless have him surrounded.
I mean, maybe or you keep it separate. It's a big
By the
galaxy.
way, Joel, have you kept in touch with the Union Cross stuff?
I think I watched the last thing.
Rika says, Donald making Goofy as live-action character shudders. That gives me goosebumps thinking about that, and not the good kind. Yeah, I cannot imagine that.
Not unless you make him like cartoony CGI, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
that's why I never see Kingdom Hearts working in a live-action format.
I think the closest thing I saw that worked was that Pokemon movie, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, but that would be very expensive for a Kingdom Hearts series. Even using the technology of The Mandalorian, you'd still have to CGI pretty much the Disney characters, quite a few of them,
Yeah.
to make it feasible. Yeah, you could do makeup, you could do props, you could do all of that. It would not be feasible though with the amount of stuff that Kingdom Hearts has become known for.
You watch and you give them anime bodies.
Matt Rika says if you have it like Who Framed Roger Rabbit style, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
That would be interesting. Why not have? What about Mary Poppins style, Joel?
And that's pretty much who's saying Roger Rabbit style, and that is 2D animation with live action.
I would love to see that, just because I'm curious to see what Disney and Square could pull together. So Union Cross stuff, Joel. The whole thing with I love the fact that we now know that Lorian now knows that Streletsy is dead, and I also love the fact that we're not stretching out Ven taking blame for it now that we know that Darkness did indeed kill her.
Right, and Darkness might be, you know.
Yeah. Spoilers. So hold your ears for about a couple seconds. That Darkness may in fact be Ava.
Or take the form of Ava, we don't know.
Yeah. Also, I still think the traitor's Ava.
Yeah.
Right now, she seems the most likely.
Yep.
Seems the most likely, and I doubt we'll know anything more about it until the Master of Masters decides to reappear.
Ooh, Ratatouille World.
Yeah, I would love to see Paris to some degree. Maybe bring in Ratatouille and also bring in Lady at the Tramp at the same time.
Lady and the Tramp's not in Paris, though.
Is it not?
No, it's in America.
Oh.
Hi, Vigriff.
Vigriff, what's up? Riku says, I thought that Ava was the girl who was hidden from them. What do you mean, Riku? Are you talking about the... What do you mean, Riku? Are you talking about the one that Lee and Isa were trying to find? Because Nomura already confirmed that person wasn't Ava.
Okay, that's fine.
Also, speaking on that, Joel, it's pretty obvious who the person who was who Lee and Isa were looking for is.
I just need to collect the
It can
fruit.
really only be one person.
It can only be one.
Right then.
Riku says, "Yeah, okay, yeah, right now." So, as to how Schooled ended up in Ansem's,
So what are
I
you gonna
guess-
do with all this anyway?
care, I guess you can call it that. Vigor says, "Not that much. How was your Thanksgiving?" My Thanksgiving was good. Pretty uneventful, but otherwise decent.
I had ham.
Okay.
Ooh, same here. How was
Be
yours,
careful
Vigor?
going home.
And Riku too, if you celebrate that as well.
See you around.
Yeah, we know Schooled was there. Actually, we still don't even know where the hell Schooled is.
Alright, what am I supposed to do? Go to the mansion.
The mansion.
Yeah, you still have to go to the mansion.
Ooh, there's a chest up there. I'm gonna get it.
Vigor says, "Good. Glad to hear it, man."
Gonna just keep on fighting these Heartless, because that's,
Joel, did I ever tell you about a really weird theory that I had?
Which one was it? You had a lot of a theory, my friend.
I had a really weird theory that Strelitzia might be Sora's mother.
Oh, yeah. I
I don't
think
know if I ever told you that.
Well, that can't happen now. She's dead.
Well, we don't know. Well, there's also that thing in Union Cross where she's wearing a white robe and then she just disappears, so maybe she's in the afterlife or sent away somewhere, maybe.
That is true.
So, and plus the other thing to keep in mind with Nomura is anytime he designs characters, typically he usually keeps them around for another purpose.
That is true. Ooh, hang on.
Riku says, "Oh, 1-on-1 Dalmatians should be a world. I know we got to find the pups in KH1, but I want to see Sora turn into a pup of sports. That would be awesome."
We haven't seen Corella Deville.
Yeah. Vigor, that's going to be an awkward family reunion. Yeah, think about that. That Larium or Marluxia's your uncle.
Awkward.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, uncle, you tried to kill me. This is some Game of Thrones type shit. Like Stannis and, I forget the dude's name all over again.
Yeah, that guy.
I can see him with a pup with spots that are crowns and Mickey's head shape. That sounds really cool. Imagine Sora with crown spots.
That'd be something. Corella Deville wants the crown spots.
She's like, I need a coat made of that. Yeah, I do think eventually we will probably see Strelitzia come back up in some form or fashion.
Hang on, I'm trying to get the chest. I guess I have to go. I have to see if they kind of balance my weight. Alright then, bounce.
Yeah, remember you don't have high jump and glide yet. You don't get that until way late in the Krilla, where did you get that pup with such a? Where did you get that pup? Where did the pup get such a weapon? I'm pretty sure that would probably be one of the few things that would be going through Krilla's mind during that.
Ooh, AP boost, yay. Ooh, black turnip, yay.
It's a shame we can't do anything more with Tarzan.
Yeah, I don't think we have the right to that anymore.
Nope. That's why after 1, Disney never used it again. Apparently apparently there's some data for Chain of Memories that it was going to reappear, but then they lost the rights and then that fell through.
Gotcha. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Trying to see Joel trying to get himself back into the groove of this game.
Well, I also just want to make sure I get all the enemies, you know, level up.
Yep. To be fair, I never really had to worry about leveling up in 3.
Well, I was always a cautious one, and it helps, especially
Not as much as I would have in other games.
like 1.
Yeah. And in different or more difficult modes in 2, you haven't gotten there. Actually, you still need to finish that, Joel.
Do what?
Your critical mode run of 2.
Oh, that's right. I still have it saved too, so we're all good. Save? Speaking of which... Always save a few moments beforehand. Alright, I think we just...
Also, I gotta say, Baldur and Dark Road looks cool as hell.
He's a cool looking dude.
Also, his sister apparently is also one of the seniors.
Nice. Ow. This will never happen, but I would...
What?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, this will never happen, but I would love it if Owl House was part of Kingdom Hearts.
Rika says that's a bummer. I would have loved to have seen them use episodes from Legend of Tarzan like Hoofed and Heft escaping the Foreign Legion. Yeah. Definitely would have been cool. Joel, you know what I hope we get at some point?
What?
Some lore as to what the hell this house is.
Yeah.
We still have no clue who the hell originally owned it, who was here. We know Ansem at some point. We know Ansem was here for a bit, but I don't believe he was the first inhabitant. Or showing Queen Law, yeah.
Ooh, she is a good villain.
Hey there. Thanks for the heart attack.
Yeah.
What?
Our bad.
Gotta be careful sneaking up on a Keyblade wielder, Hainer. He might have backhanded you if you weren't careful. Riku absolutely would have, but...
Nope, afraid not.
Riku would just body slam him.
Yep. This old mansion.
Jump back and then probably just retaliate.
I would love it if Emperor Belos was a Kingdom Hearts villain. He'd make a good Kingdom Hearts villain.
You guys
There are a
ready?
lot of good Kingdom Hearts potential Kingdom Hearts villains out there.
Especially the Disney TV world.
Yeah. Eddie, you have to have a Vigriff Eddie, and you gotta have a heart in order to have an attack. Sounds legit. What other Kingdom Hearts stuff have we not talked about, Joel? There's probably a lot that we haven't talked about.
Oh, well, we can't spoil anything. Oh, I mean... I don't know if this is I don't think this is a spoiler, but I think we're coming closer to figuring out who the Master of Masters might be, just from our own speculation.
The password was,
Oh, yeah.
sea salt ice cream.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we might as well
Okay,
run through
I'm
all
in.
the...
Let's get that transporter working.
Ricky says, oh, I've seen some of the stories out there where they made Sabor female and Tarzan's mom.
Oh,
Those
man.
were actually pretty good.
The transporter's been
Interesting.
protected. Protected from what?
Is that a fan
Guess
fiction?
from us?
I don't know.
We can't use it to get to the other Twilight Town.
Why not?
Figure
It
says,
worked
really?
Before, we sent Sora there.
Well, that was then.
So, Master
This
of
is
Masters.
now.
So,
And
Joel.
there's no other way?
So, in terms of like,
Great.
Riku says, yeah, it's fan fiction. That makes sense. So, in terms of the Master of Masters being Sora, which is Joel and I's major theory,
You wouldn't happen to be in front of a computer.
I hit a little bit of a
Yeah. but how'd you know
epiphany
that?
about the Master of Masters.
Oh, is it something you haven't told me yet?
Now, this is the thing I told you. This is the last thing I told you.
Okay.
So, I started thinking, how the hell would Sora, the Sora that we know, ever figure out how to write the Book of Prophecies? How would that ever cross his mind? But the fact of the matter is, the answer is right in front of us, and
Hi there.
if people have picked on it, they haven't called attention to it.
Into the computer.
Zora would have the one thing that would give inspiration to the Book of Prophecy, or would have seen the one thing, and that would be Jiminy's journal.
I'm stuck here.
Which, remember what Maleficent said in the extra cutscene for Recoded? She says it's sort of like, it's almost like the Book of
Got a
Prophecies.
transporter to the other Twilight Town.
It's the only way to find Roxas.
So naturally, Sora would have. So naturally, Sora would be the one person that we know of that would have the idea
Transporter?
to do that.
Okay.
I'm starting to really think this is like a paradox thing we're seeing here.
Maybe. Rika says, I had canon that Vanitas isn't then in Sora's combined darkness, but Sora from the far future.
To investigate Jiminy's journal.
I mean,
Do something.
Pence. Let's get
there's
a
definitely more to be
network
done with Vanitas.
set. My address here.
Though, Joel, I think you and I are in agreement that Vanitas is not the Master of Masters.
No, I don't think so.
No. I think Vanitas will come back, but he's definitely not the Master of Masters.
Okay, sharing is
Vigor says, I had canon that Vanitas is in darkness, but very deeply connected to it. I agree, Vigor.
Darkness is Bill Cipher the whole time. No, it's kick.
You know, there's an interesting thing, Joel, in Remind. This isn't really a major spoiler, but there's a being that Sora meets that calls itself Darkness, and one of the go-tos that Sora says is Vanitas, but Darkness doesn't confirm that. So I'm willing to believe that Vigor is right, that Vanitas isn't connected to it, but isn't actually,
Basically, we can
but
decipher
isn't
Benson's
actually
code more quickly,
like Darkness
and we can
itself.
analyze the virtual
Haha,
reality
you just said the
file.
thing.
Okay, great.
Oops.
In computers, so
Spoilers, he's Sora's twin brother.
Glad
Oh,
you're
I can't wait till we get to the end of this game and all of the brother talk.
We'll handle it.
Chip and Dale will be helping you.
I love Sora's.
That's,
I love Sora's. I don't computer, so.
As soon as we
I
know
don't
what's
computer!
going on.
What, did Sora grow up in the 90s?
Oh, before I forget,
Joel, he grew up on an island that, as far as we know, has
It's
next to
about
nothing in
one
terms of
organization
technology.
I'm remembering.
They look like they have regular heating and housing and at least a car. Oh, look at those
What'd be
eyes.
funny
Look
is-
at that picture
what'd
of
be funny?
him. It's like,
Completed like the rest of us.
sorry, just a funny picture. Go ahead.
consciousness yet.
Vigor says, well, they are spirit brothers in the spiritual sense. That is true. Oh, God, I forgot about Vexen's look like that.
Are you,
Jeez.
are you behind me a little bit, Cole?
Yeah, I'm a little behind.
Okay.
Remember, a delay.
Oh, that's right. You're watching from my computer. It's on your computer.
Because audio, weird tech thing. Hey, I was born in the 90s. Is that another crack about my generation? Hey, I was born in the 90s too, man. Not at all.
I'm a
I
90s
love the
kid.
90s.
I'm a 90s kid.
Not at all. I grew up in the 90s. And it saddens me that we have generations that probably have no clue what a VCR is.
Or Blockbuster.
But what about all this?
Blockbuster. Those were the days.
They're important.
But they brought back Animaniacs, so they'll know what that is.
Also,
They were getting Tom and Jerry back to some degree.
gotta buy
I know.
Riku, I tease. I was kidding around. I was born 91, and you're also 90s kid.
94
90s
for
is-
me.
96 for me.
later, Sora.
Yeah. See ya, Hayner.
Bye, Donald. Goofy.
Goodbye!
Oh, and since I made
I'm still I'm interested, Joel, if Union Cross is ever actually going to confirm who Darkness actually is.
I don't think so. I think you would think that'd be safe for like the final thing.
Yeah. I don't think that the Master of Masters is Darkness either.
I don't think so either. Maybe Darkness is just a new person who's just like scary monster.
Or just a dark entity of sorts, a combined entity of sorts.
It's like Zork from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Too bad they already used Chernobog though, so oh well.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see when the Master of Masters actually, the Master of Masters actually comes back. Like, when will we see him return? Will he return on the next, like, Kingdom Hearts thing?
Well, let's check to make sure we got everything here. Ooh, with a chest? That is a chest.
Also, for those who don't know, it'll be until 2022 before the next Kingdom Hearts thing comes about.
Just covering my
Darkness
basics.
is certainly deeply connected to Chernobog. I mean, Chernobog is essentially one of the deepest darknesses. I mean, one kind of hints at that, so it makes sense.
I'm going to be curious if they go monstrous or if they make Darkness like this angelic being. Like a
I
Sauron.
don't think it'll be. I doubt angelic. Well, I say that. I don't know. To be truth be told,
I mean,
It's also
Sauron's pretty
interesting-
angelic. And more.
it'll also be interesting to see what. Especially the fact that it used Maleficent for what it was Oh, I didn't even realize there was something back. Oh, wow, okay. It'll be interesting to see,
You think you can
because we
bring
know
Roxas back?
that Darkness wanted Maleficent to be kind of a,
Handsome.
A player.
a sort of checkpoint, if you will, which is also rather interesting.
Roxas should never have existed in the first place.
The Griffin, the fact that he kept his original form and in the world, also a really good point.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
And in the unlikely event...
Riku says, I actually wouldn't be surprised if there was a combined dark entity of Riku and Xehanort that reveals themselves later on. MLNOC from that called him Ragnarok.
Roxas used to
You know
live
what's
in the other
what's
Twilight
interesting to me,
Town,
Joel,
right?
following that logic?
So,
What?
I'm just gonna
We've never
put him
seen
back
a
there.
Riku nobody of sorts.
You even realize
I don't think he's ever become a Heartless, though.
the other
Yeah,
Twilight Town
Joel
is
Sora
just
has, but I don't believe. Yeah,
Can live anywhere,
yes,
even
Riku, I
inside
don't believe he's
Data.
ever become a Heartless
There are
either.
hearts all around
Not unless
us.
Zora is like a nobody. I don't know.
Handsome and Xemnas used to
Except
be
that
part of the
doesn't
same
seem to be the
person,
case.
right?
But to be fair, everything with Yzora is kind of really strange.
Oh, here's something we haven't talked about, Cole. Nomura's interview and his kind of thought process of making these games.
Oh yeah. So to be fair, some of this was kind of already known, but Nomura essentially stated in an interview that when he's developing the series, he thinks one game ahead.
And that makes a lot of sense, especially if you watch like the journal stuff in like Kingdom Hearts 1 and
Yeah.
He'll never
stuff.
answer to you again.
Because there's clearly plans to what's coming next, but not like not in a series. Riku says he gave into darkness. He didn't get his heart separated from his body, and Riku says Riku never became a heartless. He was evicted from his body before he could become one. That is true. That's why Riku doesn't have a nobody. Yep. And to be fair too, and one of the big things that Nomura has stated that one of the stories he wanted to tell was Riku's time in between Chain of Memories and 2.
Go on then. The shadows are
I mean, isn't
Which
that
I
what
don't
Dream
think we'll
Drop
ever
Distance is
see.
kind of that?
No. We see hints of it in Days, but apparently there was more to that, but we never get it. Also, the fact that Xemnas is apparently able to wield a Keyblade, but chooses not to, that's a big thing Nomura hinted at, but never really did anything with.
I mean, you can only tell so much, you know.
Yeah. Remember, too, Dark Road was originally planned. Nomura planned for Dark Road to be in 3, but didn't have a feasible means of including it without it cluttering the plot.
I would have done flashbacks myself, but
I mean, I can understand why he did it with how Kingdom Hearts 3 was already structured. You would have had to really construct it in such a way where the flashbacks wouldn't have been out of the blue.
I mean, I get why you would want it in 3, because like that is Xehanort's last hurrah, so it's like you might want to know about this guy before you defeat him.
I also believe Nomura said that a major reveals in terms of Dark Road to the future won't be a big thing, but he made it seem like that isn't necessarily out of the question, but that isn't the main thing for Dark Road, which makes sense considering it is Xehanort's, like, it is his story. And given Remind, we know enough that we know that Xehanort knows only but so much about whatever the Master of Masters is up to.
Oh good, level 9.
That entire conversation between Master of Masters and Xehanort is really interesting.
You mean Remind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure if that's because Xemnas intentionally kept his Keyblade powers a secret so he could string the rest of the organization along with his despicable scheme. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, that entire conversation between the Master of Masters and Xehanort is really interesting when he's like, yeah, I could be trying to save the world when I'm actually just plotting your destruction, but what's important is what is seen. He's so playful yet very,
He said,
but also unreadable.
I wonder if Sora could actually like pull that off.
then all my heart it is. I'm getting
I mean,
Roxas out.
if Sora is the Master of Masters, it's a much
Are you
older
with
Sora.
me? Donald? Goofy?
That's true.
You betcha!
Especially considering the
know
Master of
what
Masters is
Anthony
voiced by
Xemnas
Ray
want,
Chase and not Haley Joel
But I
Osment.
think we better tell the others to watch out.
Rika says, I'm curious what Ericus's chess game set up at the end. 7 dark pieces and a mystery number of light pieces. I know many hypothesize that it's 1, but I'm still thinking it's may go 13. That's the prevailing theory. That's what a lot of people are thinking, that instead it'll be 13 light pieces.
Who would be the 13? Let's count.
Let's see here. Aqua, then Terra, Roxas, Xion, Axel, Nikki, Riku, Kairi, Sora, Donald, Goofy, that leaves, and Naminé, I guess. That's 13.
That's pretty much all our heroes.
Yep. Vigor, 7 Deadly Sins versus 13 Lives. Yep, pretty much. I keep thinking, for some reason, I have the idea that Vanitas might be brought back as a replacement foreteller.
I could see that.
Like Master of Masters takes him and makes him and keeps him Vanitas, which would be the big part of Pride, which Vanity Pride.
When
Riku says, "Wow, I never thought of that."
Unless there's gonna be like a bait and switch.
Yeah. Vigor says, "Replace it from whom? For whom?" Aqua, if she never actually comes back. But that would also mean we would probably need a replacement for Ava at some point. Unless Ava somehow comes back.
I mean,
Which is interesting because Nomura was pretty dead set on stating that Ava was not the person that Leah and Ice were looking for, which means Nomura has somewhat of an idea of what happened with Ava.
I always thought the Masters were supposed to be the Pride.
I mean, that's the theory. But it's never confirmed. We don't even know his real name.
Right.
Because if we follow the naming logic for the foretellers, then the Master of Masters' real name should be something along the lines of Superbia.
Well, let's start with an S, like Sora.
Yeah. And Ava may come back. We have yet to know.
I think she'll be back.
I think so too. It's just how.
Remember when everyone saw Ava with Kairi?
V-Griff, the Master of Masters more or less shows that he's Pride. The Master of Masters will probably be Hybris. That would actually be a cool name.
Hubris.
Hubris. Well, no, Vigor spelled it with an I, but yeah, Hubris.
There's a lucky M
With a Y, not I. Hybris, not. Damn it, I can't English.
Oh, is Hybris like an actual word? Hang on.
It might be.
Cupid said the lucky emblem. Where is it?
So, I have a theory she is actually Sora's mom. Her name is never revealed in front of Sora during the game. To be fair, Sora never actually... I don't even think Sora knows anything about the foretellers.
No, he...
The only one we know that knows anything about the foretellers to any degree is Ericus and Xehanort. And also, Melody and Memory, this is not really a spoiler, Yensid knows something to that degree. And probably Yensid, well, Melody and Memory definitely confirms, yeah, Yensid does know something. What Yensid knows is never really confirmed. Joel, you still with us?
I'm still here, sorry.
Okay, sorry, I just saw a little break in the video, just making sure it didn't cut.
I'm still talking.
So
Sorry.
we know Yensid. It's hard to know what exactly Yensid actually knows and what he's not telling.
He knows what the plot demands. That's what he knows.
Pretty much. Though it is curious to know what Yensid was informed and what he wasn't informed of.
Whee! Sorry.
Rika says, I mean, if she wanted to keep Sora safe till he was ready, it would make sense in my mind. I use the same logic, truthfully, to justify Strelitzia potentially being Sora's mom.
Why on earth would you want to go to the old mansion, lady?
I don't know, maybe her home isn't that good. Only question is, who's the dad? Maybe the dad is no one of importance.
It's the Master of Masters, clearly.
Imagine we get that as a reveal. Sora, I am your father.
Not voiced by David Tennant, Uncle Scrooge.
ice cream in Hollow Bastion?
Beakers says,
That's
BRB. Alright,
right.
Beakers.
But Uncle Scrooge here is what you might call a world traveler.
Cool.
Didn't you know that story? You met him in Kingdom Hearts 2.
How are you, Uncle Scrooge?
No.
Hello, Sora. You're looking hale.
To be
I
fair,
mean-
you don't have to speak to Scrooge and to...
on another grand adventure with these two.
You can go through the entire game and miss Scrooge entirely.
Yeah.
The only time he's ever explicit in the game is when he's in Chain of Memories. Not Chain of Memories, when he's in Birth by Sleep.
Oh, right.
I wish they did the 2011, the new DuckTales version of Kingdom Hearts, because those versions are so good.
By the way, Joel, there's another theory that I have yet to tell you about.
What is it?
Ooh, do tell.
You know the unnamed star in the final world?
Yeah.
I have a theory on what her name is.
Oh, really? What?
What if her name is Sora?
The chef wants you to know it's
Interesting, but why do you think that?
Well, remember in the secret episode, what is the one thing that Yozora says he's trying to do?
I don't remember. What is it? I've never
He
played.
said he was told to save Sora.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, what is the one thing he asks Sora when he meets? He says, "Why did you recognize me as Yozora?" And the other really interesting thing he says to Sora, he says, "Why are you using Sora's name?"
Ah, I always thought the star was like Strelitzia or something.
We know for a fact that the person, well, no, the secret episode confirms that the person, the nameless star is someone who's indeed connected to Yozora.
Interesting.
Remember,
Okay.
because Sora says, "Wait, that girl, she told me about you."
creating masterpieces out of anything.
So another person named Sora.
We'll do anything
So I
to
thought,
try
what
more
if her
Hollow
name is
Chefs,
actually
please.
Sora?
Sora. Meet Sora.
And she's the girl that you see in the Veyroom Rex,
Okay, the ingredient
in the
hunt
Veyroom
is
Rex
on.
trailer that Yozora and his friends are trying to save.
No, Cole, you're getting very close to saying that we're gonna meet some alternate dimension Sora where she's Sora the girl.
I'm thinking that might not be out of the realm of possibility, Joel.
It's like, what rule is this? What's gender bend? What's the gender bend rule? Shoot, I just forgot. Oh shoot. Okay, I gotta find the ingredients now. Get ready,
This
folks.
might be a good spot to find some ingredients. Get ready to hear that for the 20 billion times. Rika says I'm back. Riku, Sora, this is Sora. Sora meets Sora. Oh, or have you met? I hope that happens just because I want to see that play out.
I always forget what the ingredients are, so I just have to look hard.
You have to look for the little like rice boxes.
There we go. Well, I got a lot.
More ingredients. You better keep an eye out.
So yeah, I think the unnamed star might actually be named Sora. We know for a fact it's not Strelitzia.
I mean, if this gets us to maybe, let's see. Hang on. Okay, this is what you're all here for, folks. Me trying to find
Some
things.
ingredients around here.
Ooh, hang on.
So if any of y'all want to go make a sandwich in the meantime, go ahead and do it.
I'm gonna hang on. I just like watching the movie.
Hang on, there's some little around here. Sorry, 5 seconds behind, so if you find it already, I apologize.
No, I'm watching the movie. Cause I think it's...
Vigor says, a shame it wasn't Strelitzia. I will say, Vigor, I do think we will see Strelitzia at some point in the future. I think we are going to see her return in some form or fashion.
I wonder what the in-universe logic is for, like, Sora playing a game about himself.
You find the next one.
I don't know, maybe... Good question, I really have no clue.
Or
Riku says, something I gotta do during the Christmas break is play Kingdom Hearts 3 with the Kingdom Key only, no switches to the other keys. Ho ho ho, do it on critical, that will be even more of a pain in the ass.
You should do that, Cole.
I don't want to go insane, Joel. I still gotta do the level 1 playthrough of 2. To be fair, in critical mode of 3, once you get past Olympus, the game kinda evens out.
Don't you mean Traverse Town with the... I know there's some stuff up here, so I'm gonna look around. Okay.
in Traverse Town, Joel.
Twilight Town. I'm sorry.
Yeah, once you get past Twilight Town, the game kind of evens out.
Sorry, I'm still looking for ingredients. I don't know where all of them are. Oh wait, I see. Found one. There we go.
I also love upgrading the Keyblades in this game. Rika says, I'm going to do it on normal, then I'll do proud, then critical. Yeah, build yourself up to it, because critical is a real culture shock.
Well, I'm starting to get hungry.
Critical's like, oh, you've been playing the game this way, you better be playing in all the systems that are in this game, because if not, you're screwed.
Get ready to get owned, son.
Not even kind of, you're screwed. Like Joel says, you'll get owned. Hard.
And painfully.
Very. Yeah.
Little Chef still needs our help.
What's your favorite Heartless in this game? Ooh. Ooh, you know, that's tough, because I like a lot of the new Heartless designs. What do you think, Joel?
In this game? Oh, I don't know. The Grim Reaper one looks cool, even though he's a pain.
Yeah. A lot of the ones on the Pirates World look really cool. Shoot.
Oh wait, there's another one.
For me, Parasol Beauty of the Lich. Actually, Vigor, thank you. My favorite is the Lich.
Which one's the Lich?
The Lich is the one that Sora has to fight to get all the hearts back.
So the Grim Reaper one.
Yeah.
Okay, I got. Okay, so I got.
Yeah,
oh, there we go. There's another one. There's another one.
I also just love the final world in general.
Oh, no, I gotta get that one. Oh, I got one more to go. I just need to find it. But where is it? One more little rice box. Come on, I just had chow mein today. Be nice to me. Oh, ooh, a chest though. Ooh, a chest.
Rika says, I have to say that I had more fun with the Unburst. I actually really like the Unburst in this game as well, Joel.
They're lots of fun.
Yeah, they are. I love that they brought them back.
Ooh, is that it? No, I think I got that one, but let's check. Nope, got that one. I'm checking the...
If we were not doing a live stream of this and this recorded, this would be the time where I'd put in funny music and speed up the entire process of Joel trying to find this.
Yeah, this is where I wish Cole had. I wish we edit these. We could edit these.
If I were editing, I'd put in funny music as you run, in terms of the enemy species, I greatly prefer the Unburst or the Nobodies. Yeah, same.
Ooh, maybe it's up there. Okay, maybe it's up.
Also, Joel, I like the new Nobodies.
Nope, not up here. Where's like the last one, Cole? I do not for the life.
Check the tower on the. Nope.
Ooh, but look, a lucky emblem.
Let's see.
Check around the train plaza.
Hang on, I got a lucky emblem here, and I'm gonna take a picture of.
Let's see.
You know what's funny, Joel? This will be the first time we go through this game where that I will have finally seen Monsters Inc. and all the Toy Story movies.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun experience. Okay, well, oh, is that one? Or no, I think I got it. Oh, nope, I didn't get it. Yay! Yes, got it. Oh.
Riku, oh, the world will sing of Heartless King 1,000 years from now, and not because he broke some laws or had that evil brow.
Poetic.
Indeed.
Hey,
oh, you got it.
Guys!
That only took like 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's actually probably good.
With the posters.
I love the fact these kids are working for Scrooge. It's hilarious.
You guys work for Uncle Scrooge?
Hey, Scrooge adheres to capitalism.
Exactly.
It's a short job putting up these special posters.
Riku, while Bonnie, Good King, Mickey leads the great key wielders on, we'll all have to slip away from that good-for-nothing pawn. That's good. That's quality.
Hold your phone up to the poster.
Okay.
You know what I didn't realize, Joel?
What?
If you get all of these like little mini games,
yeah,
and get a new high score in each of them, you actually get a new Keyblade.
Oh, nice.
I never realized that. You actually get a Keyblade from doing the Bistro minigames as well.
And then give folks a nice, cozy place to relax. Like me Bistro here. They'll all be happy and hungry and eager to spend their money.
A part of me really wants to see you try to take on Yozora, Joel.
I'm gonna get creamed.
That's the point. That's part of the fun about fighting Yozora, is getting creamed and developing your own strategy.
Over and over.
Oh yeah.
Riku said it was a Cage parody to Robin Hood's The Phony King of England. I need to watch that.
Seriously. Oh, right. I need to warn you guys.
Why?
Well, those
I wouldn't want to be Uncle Scrooge's competitors. Oh, yeah.
So stay on your toes.
Sure. But don't we have you guys to take care of him for us?
You have to leave again?
And in true Joel faction, he misspelled something in the description.
Yep.
But we'll definitely be back.
When you gonna slow down?
Sorry. Just do me a favor.
Well, what is it? Don't make it too tough.
I know how Roxas feels to be lost. But
Also, a
Donald
good
and
thing about
Goofy,
doing Remind is that
Kyrie
you'll be able just to
brought me
show
back
this.
by
We'll be able to
wishing
see the
with all
secret
their
ending
hearts.
without having to try to get you to unlock it.
Yeah.
So, I was hoping the three of
I think
you
that was
would do
actually your
the
first time
same
actually watching
and
the
wish
secret
for
ending
Roxas.
on the TV, anyway.
What?
I
That's
think.
it?
Yeah, I think I'd make
That's
sure
no
too.
favor. We'll all wish.
Oh, Fox and the Hound would be an interesting world to meet. Yeah, it would.
Thanks.
What?
Sorry, Fox and the Hound just means like, oh, that's a roller coaster.
What do you mean?
It's a very emotional movie.
Oh. By the way, I finally watched Peter Pan. Yikes. Big yikes.
Aren't you
Minus the yikes, I think it's still pretty good.
Oh, it's charming in places, but man, its depiction of Indians, I mean Native Americans, yikes.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get
All of that is big yikes. Everything else is pretty good.
You know what's sad, Cole?
What?
That song they sing is actually really catchy.
Let's not forget how many times Sora still managed
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I can't believe, I'm like, man, write a catchy song depicting Native Americans as savages, man. And Wendy just going all along, you don't want to be a savage. I'm like, oh, okay, this is where we're at.
That is why we never.
That movie's a lot more graphic than I thought it would be. It's interesting that we see all kinds of, like, we get, like... Why is it, Joel, that we are allowed to see Tinkerbell's ass more than, like, any other Disney character? Is it because she's a fairy?
And it was the 50s.
I mean, you're not wrong. Viger says, you know, Atlantis the Lost Empire would have been an excellent addition to the series, mainly because of how thematically similar they are. I need to watch it, because I've heard a lot of people say that's a really good movie.
It is highly underrated.
Yeah, same with Treasure Planet. I hope one day we get... Pocahontas would be interesting in the KH saga. Yeah, it would.
Ooh, I don't know if I want Pocahontas. That's another one of those movies where it's like maybe a no-no.
Yeah.
Sure, the natives and the white people are fighting because the Heartless are taking over
Peter
their
says
hearts.
it is highly underrated. Same with Treasure Planet. Yeah. I heard Treasure Planet actually had talks of getting a sequel, but it underperformed so much that it never happened.
Yeah, I think we did everything right.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
time to get out.
Sword knows what a movie is, so they have to have some technology on the island.
Maybe Sora was just poor as hell.
Alright, I think.
Some ingredients around here.
Sorry,
Go to the
miss.
save point, Joel. Save point.
I did go to the save point.
World map. Oh, sorry. Delay.
I just wanted to make sure I got everything. Like, I think we got everything. We'll save
Riku
again.
says got a cult following afterwards. Yeah, that makes sense. Typically, a lot of I completely forgot another thing we have completely forgotten to talk about, Joel.
What?
There is, speaking of something that had a cult following, there's another series that's been featured in Kingdom Hearts that's getting a brand new movie that finally got resurrected.
What? Oh, right. Tron!
Yeah. Yep, Tron's getting a sequel.
I'm sorry I left without saying goodbye. Did Master Yensid tell you?
That's gonna be interesting.
Look, it's Kyrie, and we think she's getting character development.
Waiting for you to come back from your adventures.
Vigor says, or they were in the boonies of their world. Yeah.
To help. Merlin
Yep.
has used his magic to bring us to
So
a
yeah,
place where
I'm
time
really
doesn't
excited
matter.
to see what they do with the Tron
We can
3.
take as long as we need to complete our training.
So
What an
excited.
amazing wizard.
Yeah, Jared Leto is probably going to be the main lead, but
Right, and by us, I mean me and Lee. He's really sorry.
other than
for
that,
the
really
trouble we
hopeful.
caused.
Really hopeful. I thought they were in the
told
Winnie
him
the
it's fine,
Pooh's world when we saw this
He
scene.
won't stop apologizing. I'll admit,
Training
I
that
was a
turned out to be
little scared of
useless.
him at first, but I've gotten to
Thankfully,
know him.
Remind kind of gives Kyrie a little more
All he
credence.
ever wanted
She's actually a
was
lot
to
of fun to
help
play
his
as. I
friend.
hope in the future, Joel, I hope we're able to play as Kyrie, because she's actually a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Every now
And
then,
not really a spoiler in
I
Melody
catch
and
him
Memory.
staring at
She
me.
shows some progress in Melody and
When I
Memory.
ask what's wrong, he says,
Thank heaven.
I'm not sure. I think I'm forgetting something. Don't know what. Sora, I think it may have something to do with you. Your journey is all about helping people.
I feel like this should have been Neverland. I don't know, like a place where
Some that
time
you've never met
stops.
Before, and some like Lee that you have.
Vigor says a step in the right direction, but not pulled out of the scrap heap for me. I'm with you too, Vigor. Kyrie's still got a ways to go.
Easy.
I'm hoping
I hope
eventually
you'll
she'll
remain
come.
the
I
happy
hope
and
eventually
cheerful
Kyrie will
Sora
have
I
a
know.
character.
That'd be
Because
nice.
then, let's face it, Joel, she really doesn't.
No, Shion's got more of a character.
Pretty much any female character in the series has more character than Kyrie, and that's saying something.
What's wrong?
Let's see, Shion, Naminé, Aqua, Larxene,
Lee.
Maleficent.
What?
Olette. Yeah, I figure if even Naminé.
Skrull. Ava.
A letter
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Strelitzia.
Ava, Envy.
to Sora?
We could keep going, too.
Technically, yes. But I won't send it. It's more for me.
Ask Merlin. He'll deliver it for
Also, I
you.
really like Larium and Strelitzia's
Yeah.
relationship.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's really
I just
adorable.
Like talking to Sora,
Yeah.
even if it's on paper.
Oh,
There's also there's a really cool thing I want to talk about with Kyrie, but talking about it would be spoiling Melody and Memory, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
here.
Ice cream?
I would like, Riku says, I would like to see them
Yeah,
allow some
I asked
multiplayer
Melody
application
if
to be able to play as
they'd
Sora, Riku, and Kyrie as an adventure together. I mean, they started that way
We
with
did know
Ventera and
some
Aqua and
keyblades.
Cage, beat Burt by Sleep.
Celebrate.
I hope, Joel,
You're
at some point we
sweet,
get that
Lee.
as well.
Me too.
Nah.
I know they want to stick with the Sora, Donald, and Goofy thing, but I hope one game.
What?
I hope we get that one day,
Nothing. I just...
because I think that would be really, really cool.
You're trying to remember what you forgot?
Well, yeah.
Vigor says, if you had said that when Strelitzia was introduced then killed, I would have heavily disagreed. Oh, I would have too.
So
Trust me,
tomorrow,
Vigor, if I would have
You
too.
and me in the ring. You ready?
Which is kind of sad, because in retrospect, she was made a better
Don't
character,
hold back, Lee. Promise?
which is rather sad. It's Strelitzia, Joel, I know this won't mean much to you. Strelitzia reminds me a lot of Hinata from Naruto. I don't know if Riku would know that, but I think Vigor probably would. Has a lot of the same mannerisms,
okay?
other than the brother relationship. She kind of has that.
Yeah.
Lee dropping the
Sorry.
frickin' ice cream when he sees.
You're crying. What's wrong?
Vigor says, I do, yeah. A lot of those mannerisms remind me of how Hinata acted before the end of Naruto.
I'm gonna go. Sorry.
Okay, but stop apologizing.
Fine. On one condition.
What?
Call me Axel from now on. Got it.
Some are saying is Strelitzia is Shion for some reason. Not sure why. I'm not sure either.
Yeah. Okay, Axel.
Figure still wish that relationship was better fleshed out. I imagine we'll see it a lot more fleshed out in the future. If you're talking about Strelitzia and Lorium, that is. I think we'll definitely see it.
We forget there's a lot of cutscenes after the world.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, I forgot Riku and Mickey go to. This is where they start before they go to the Realm of Darkness. Or have they already been?
We already did the boss there.
Where Aqua fell
Oh,
into the
Vigriff, I was talking about the relationship between Naruto and Hinata. Yeah, you and me both, Vigriff, you and me both.
She said he was acting strange.
Strange how exactly?
As do I think pretty much every single person.
In him. And they ended up getting into a big fight.
I will say, Joel, I'm really interested to see what they do with Yuzora going forward.
I am very confused, but I'm curious if we are gonna get some gender bend stuff. Well, no, because it's not gender bend.
No, they wouldn't be gender bend. It will just be like alternate reality type thing. I'm also curious as to who the hell is in Yuzora, like whose heart is inside him.
Is he Riku? Is he Sora?
Is it someone we know that's inside of him?
I wonder if that's how they do. No, because that just seems weird.
What?
They decide for future Kingdom Hearts to just go to another world universe, but the Disney characters are all the same, but the anime characters are different.
I think if they ever wanted, for some reason, to redo any Disney World, it's probably through the concept of world lines. Is probably how they do it.
I love how this. How do you feel about this explanation, Cole, that they're going for?
It helps streamline stuff.
Had been visiting the future to choose 13 vessels of his own. Hearts with strong enough ties to him to begin a new
It definitely helps streamline stuff.
The real Organization 13.
I laugh every time I think of young Xehanort when we get to the end of the game and people thought, oh, he's going to be the most sympathetic. Nope. Nope.
He's a douche.
Nope, he remains the biggest dick out of all of them. Even Xemnas and Ansem are like, yeah, it was inevitable.
They're like, look, we were young and stupid, but now we're more refined evil.
Yeah, Beaker says, I find it rather funny that I find Ansem and Xemnas to be better written villains than Xehanort. I mean...
How do you explain Ansem and Xemnas is heartless and is nobody? Isn't it strange how young they look? Why aren't they old men? It's because Xehanort was using a different body when the...
I'm not big on the whole, on the backtracking on Xemnas and Dream Drop, but yeah, I agree.
It wasn't just some stranger that Ansem the Wise took under his wing.
Because Xemnas is kind of made out to be a little more of an asshole in that game, and then 3 kind of tries to backtrack that a little bit.
No way.
But never fully does.
I like Ansem's death, though. I feel like this is the most melancholy, because I feel like we've been with him for the longest, which we have, technically.
Definitely.
Turns out, Aqua saved
I actually do like how young Xehanort goes out, because in truth, out of all of the villains, young Xehanort's the one who has the biggest reason to act like that, because he is the young version of that. He's like, hey, I know I get to go far, so screw you, see you later.
It's because Master Xehanort...
Yeah, Beaker says, yeah, there was some backtracking, but it wasn't disruptive. It wasn't! But still apparent, and still kind of unresolved, sort of.
He's with Organization 13? We should warn Sora.
Yup, and Merlin too.
Oh, there's so much I would love to talk about for Melody and Memory, but I will refrain from doing that. Oh yeah, you're right. There are a lot of cutscenes.
Oof. Okay.
I forgot about that. I imagine we should probably get a Toy Story next.
Alright, I always forget. Hang on. Always forget. Okay, battle level 12. Ooh. Oh. Shoot. I'm only level 9.
You're fine. Just head for Toy Box.
Alrighty. I don't like going underutilized, though.
You'll be fine.
Alright.
Better than going to not Arendelle, fucking Kingdom of Corona right now.
That's true. I don't want to get copyright strike just yet, or have to worry about that.
Copyright strike.
Because those cutscenes are so close to the movie, like 1 for 1.
Oh yeah. Vigriff, I don't understand why they went with a rhythm system. What do you mean, Vigriff?
Hold on. Oh, we forget. Just we want to go that way, I guess.
Follow the checkpoint, Joel. Straight. I think. Melody of Memories. I don't know if I've yet to play Melody of Memory, so.
Ooh.
I've only seen the cutscenes.
Hold on, I want to fight this guy. I'm trying to level up my Gummy ship a little bit.
Gotcha.
Just...
That's funny, Riku. I can't wait to see you attempt to fight Yozora, Joel, because that's gonna be fun.
Well, again, we have to unlock Yozora first.
You have to. You're gonna. Don't worry. You're gonna beat the other. You're gonna beat the bosses. I have faith in you. You'll get there. You'll get there. Might take a bit, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
You get to fight the very amazing Master Xehanort boss.
Ooh, well, that does sound fun.
That's what it's essentially the final boss, just harder and with a bit more abilities, and he's a lot of fun. You also get to hear Christopher Lloyd just ham it up, and it's amazing.
I still kind of like Christopher Lloyd better.
I'm starting to come on to that too.
He gets the ham just right.
The only thing I don't like is him hamming up the Scala line. I think that's the one thing I'm not big on how he hams that up. But the boss battle, everything about his boss battle and Remind and the data is amazing. I like him hamming up those lines a lot better than I like Rudiger Hauer's rendition of it.
Yeah, and he passed away too.
Hauer, yeah. That's why he got recast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vega says the data bosses should have been what the organization battle should have been like. One can never go wrong with Christopher Lloyd. That is true. All the battles are pretty fun. All the data battles are. They're all really, really good.
How do we reach the world now? Like this.
Alright, speaking of Veyrum Rex, actually, you gotta fight this boss first. I think the most trouble I had with any of the bosses was, I think against Luxord. Everyone else was pretty straightforward. Okay. Looks like something Zerg would make.
We got the horns, so yeah.
I was gonna mention something and I completely forgot what I was gonna mention.
You had trouble with Luxord, you said last time?
Yeah. Also, I love that Demyx is brought in for one cutscene in Remind.
Yeah.
And
But
he's never heard from again.
Like, I'm Demyx. Goodbye.
Exactly. That's not even kind of it. That's exactly it.
All right, let's go to Toy Story Land.
I will say I think that Demyx also comes from Luxord's world.
Let's go. I can see that.
Yozora's world. I think he's connected to Yozora in some way. Riku, what plot? You think Zerg is behind every cat caught in a tree? Alright, time for the Veyrum Rex trailer.
So either the odd idea of Riku having an Instagram.
I feel like Riku's the kind of person with Instagram would post all these kinds of filtered photos and really, really emo-like posts.
Oh, I remember this, like, being confused.
Yeah, you and me both.
I wonder what people thought when they saw this for the first time. It's like, are we getting trolled?
Alright, hang on. That girl, the girl with the black hair. That's who the Nameless Star probably is.
Probably. No, that's red hair.
Black hair, it's black. Maybe very reddish black.
Oh, you gotta love people who are what you gotta wonder what people thought when they first went to Toy Story World and saw this.
They're like, the fuck?
It's a light brown.
Yeah. Maybe even burgundy. Speaker says Toy Box was easily one of the best worlds in the game. I agree.
I think these first two worlds are really good. Tangled and Toy Box.
Yeah. All the worlds are really great. The story in Caribbean's not too good, but other than that, Riku says, "Gotta go. Need to help my dad with something. Hope I'll get back before you're done." All right, Riku, we should be here.
Sorry, but this is no
Thanks for watching, though. If you don't come back,
Gotta say that Giga's pretty
See ya.
impressive.
Really?
save Arendelle. Yeah, I'm hit or miss when it comes to Arendelle, Joel.
I like Arendelle because I just like Tangled and I just like the relationship Sora has with them.
Not Tangled
Oh.
is Corona. Arendelle is Frozen.
Oh, that's right. Arendelle. Yeah, that one's a little.
It's hit or miss.
I think it was messed in the editing. Something was.
Everybody in position?
That one had studio notes all over it.
Yeah, that's the one that Nomura constantly said they really had to adhere by Disney's rules by that one. Because the only thing I liked in Arendelle is the Heartless boss. Same. I really like that boss fight too.
I really think that was supposed to be Elsa, wasn't it?
It's go time.
What do you mean?
The wolf.
No, isn't that wolf supposed to be Hans?
Well, I think it was. Well, yes, it is Hans, but I think like thematically it was going to be Elsa.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, I think Elsa was supposed to be the villain in that world, but they couldn't do it.
Maybe.
What in the world?
I love playing through this world. It's so fun.
Where are we?
By the way, having not watched Toy Story, watching Toy Story 1 Wolf, that movie, graphic-wise, hasn't aged well.
And look at us.
I mean, Toy Story 3 was a big upgrade in general.
Definitely, and then 4 also was.
Border?
Skull was originally going to have Elsa's, but it was shifted to Hans. Even Matt Pat says that. Yeah.
Okay. We go on.
Again, when the Disney overlords said dictate what you can and can't do, you really can't argue.
Wait. What are you doing?
You know, Joel?
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because it helped with the Pixar world.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing with the Pixar world is they didn't try to recreate the movies. This is hell. Toy Story is not a recreation.
It's funny, all the Pixar worlds are not recreations. Except for Tangled. Not Tangled, Big Hero 6.
That's not Pixar, though.
I know. All the Disney worlds are recreations except for Big Hero 6.
I love Big Hero 6. Story-wise, I love it. So good. I wonder what they'll do with Frozen 2 when they get to it.
That might be a world to have a bit more of a Kingdom Hearts bend to it.
Yeah, I could see them doing some good stuff. I could see Nomura taking that movie and maybe doing better things with it. Like, that's the one movie I could see Nomura actually improving on in some aspects. And that's hard to and normally I would never say that, but I feel like that movie would be up Nomura's alley. I tell you, I watched that movie, Joel. It was okay.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. It's fine.
You should watch Tangled the series, Cole. It's really good. It's like a true successor to Tangled.
Yeah. Figure says Frozen 2 was a good.
I like Tangled. I love Tangled the series. It's so good. So good.
Are they new?
Wait! You look familiar! I know this!
I look forward to the day when they add Moana. Just so we can finally have Dwayne Johnson and the Kingdom Hearts.
My name's Sora.
Oh yeah! Because Moana would have Dwayne Johnson in Kingdom Hearts.
We know the intruder said
Because he seems like the dude who would be willing to do that.
Rex.
Oh yeah.
We don't know them, but we can trust them. They're the #1 selling
Who
heroes
sent them?
in the country.
Yazora.
Yeah, and his mom must have bought him for
I
him.
love Rex calling Sora Yazora.
Did you see how easily they took care of the intruders? I bet they're here to
I think
figure
this
out
entire
why all
world
our
is a
friends have
great.
gone missing. And why Buzz's
Bigger
lasers
Frex is just
started actually
precious. He
lasering.
is.
It had all
I feel
the
like
weird
Toy Story is a
stuff
good
that's been
representation of
going
what Kingdom
on,
Hearts
but
is.
that's what heroes
Oh,
do,
definitely.
right?
Let's not
If you want
judge
Kingdom Hearts summed up, the entire Toy Story world is a good summary of it.
Yeah.
So you're Andy's new toys?
Toys?
You sure did a number on those intruders.
Those are the Heartless.
We've been
The
fighting
nice thing is
against
that
those
now that I've done this at least
intruders.
once, I can actually remember where to go in the giant mall and not get lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
In that case, you're all right by me. My name's Woody.
I love also, speaking of the mall, I love all the Final Fantasy Dissidia references in there.
Yeah.
And the more just shamelessly plugged.
Sora?
Well, I'm Goofy.
Too bad Dissidia didn't last.
And I'm
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear.
It was inevitable though.
It's a real honor.
And I'm
Oh yeah, shout out to Final Fantasy 16 getting announced.
I've been playing your game for months now.
Looking forward to that.
You all the way up to level 47, but that Bahamut boss is really.
I'm also psyched to see what the new World Ends With You looks like.
How to beat him.
That does look fun.
Slinky and the others
I can't
were
wait.
here,
It's on the
and he's
PlayStation
so
4
happy
too,
to
which is
be
also
with
going to be really cool.
All troops, at attention, sir.
And it's on the Switch. I'd be interested to see you play that game eventually, Joel, the original one.
I don't know if I could.
You could, actually. You have the one thing you have something you can play it on. Actually,
From the outside.
you could play it on the on your phone. Actually, there's a mobile port of it.
So that's why we look the way we do.
Vigor, that's because whoever made NT made some rather poor decisions with it. Yeah.
You said that you've battled those intruders before.
The main issue with it is they tried to make it essentially an esports game, and it wasn't good enough to be an esports game.
Well, you must have come from
It got rather repetitive really quickly.
What matters is that they got those intruders out of our way for at least a little while. No need to interrogate them.
I considered you and I, Joel, trying Dissidia NT, but I decided against it. I was curious just to see how quick before you and I got really bored with it.
The Heartless.
And the only reason I ever thought about maybe trying it with you is because they made it free in the last part of its life.
fact. Those Heartless materialized.
But I like, nah, I don't really care enough to.
Well, gee, it can't just be a coincidence.
V-Griff, do you watch The Owl House? Or started yet? It's on Disney Plus.
One day we woke up.
If you have that. You should watch Owl House too, Cole. That's a good show.
Nobody's heard from Mom, Molly,
Maybe.
or Andy.
That's a...
Oh,
What?
continue, Joel. I'll say what I was going to say afterward.
No, I don't have anything to say.
I was going to say, it just so happens that Mass Effect the Legendary Edition got announced.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'll replay through Mass Effect 1 and continue the series, my Let's Play through it that way when that eventually comes out.
Clues we can go on?
Ooh.
Any other strange things that happen?
It'll also be easier because I can stream it through the PlayStation 4.
There's one thing.
One big thing. Huge, sir.
So I will do that then.
After everyone went MIA, the intruders didn't come alone.
I definitely should continue considering Mass Effect 1 is the only, one of the only two series that I ever completed.
As a matter of fact, he's the only other toy we've seen outside of you three.
A Black Hood? But that would mean...
Do you think Cole one day will ever see the Disney TV stuff on Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. They're bad news.
Maybe.
Seems like you have a lot.
I mean, I wonder how you do it though, because those are 2D models.
I don't know. The other question is, Vigor says, I doubt it.
Leave this to you. If that guy
I have a feel if Nomura ever expresses interest in it, maybe.
That's a shame, because so many of these new TV shows, they have such a reverence for, like, Final Fantasy and Pokemon and anime. Like, Owl House has a lot of anime influences.
Well, the other thing you have to bear in mind too, Joel, is how accessible some of that has been to Nomura. Like how much of that has he been exposed to.
Yeah.
Because if Owl House and all that doesn't have a Japanese dub or any sort of translation, I highly doubt Nomura's even really looked at it. We know for a fact
You seem pretty
that he would have seen the Avengers in Star Wars because they get translated to Japanese.
That's true.
You've got a point.
Look for a comment you haven't read in the top chat.
Look, if we go with Sora, we
Something says that's because whatever made NT made rather poor decisions with it. Whoever
Did I not
made.
respond to that?
I guess not.
Of course.
What's NT?
NT is Dissidia.
Oh,
Dissidia
okay.
NT, that's the new version of Dissidia. I mean, Dissidia failed because they tried to be esports, but it wasn't good enough to be esports.
Gotcha.
Really repetitive. Big if haven't seen Owl House in a while, been rather busy and usually too tired to care about it.
Well, it's on Disney Plus now, season 1, the whole thing, thankfully. Oh.
Did you play any of Dissidia, Vigriff?
Hang on.
I think I played like a couple minutes for it and I got bored. We should eventually play. You know what I need to continue playing, Joel, that I stopped because I didn't have time?
What?
Squadrons.
I haven't played that in a while myself. Ooh. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta check my.
I only played.
Better put this in the mail.
Oh yeah, get the Kubo chain. Vigor says I only played the original and 012. As is a good choice, Vigriff, because you weren't missing much with NT. Man, I bought that too, and I regretted my decision buying NT because it was not a good game. I was just playing. I'm like, man, the fan service is amazing. Vigor says I still use watch cartoons online, Joel.
Gotcha.
Hey, man, that is a man of taste, from what I understand. Is Kiss Anime still going? I wonder if that's even still a thing. Or did that finally get shut down? Vigor says I looked up NT and I was very unimpressed with it. There's nothing to be impressed with there. You do remember what the Kubo chain does, right, Joel?
Yes.
Okay. That's another thing about fighting Yozora is that Yozora can actually steal your Kubo chain.
Let's see.
And use it. Vigor says that the only good thing I can say about it is the visuals, and that's about it. Yeah, and there are certain character interactions that I like, but that's about it.
I don't want that. Okay, I just make it.
Do not equip 0 XP, Joel. Do not equip 0 XP.
I'm not. I didn't. I just need to check.
Yeah, MP haste.
Okay. I think I got everything though. Hang on, I want to see. Hang on, I want to see how much. Let's see what's the better keyblade. Shooting.
I mean, they made the mannequins even more eerie to look at. Yeah.
I haven't upgraded my keyblade in a while, but
you probably should.
Alrighty, let's see here. Oh, I forget. Where do I go to upgrade my keyblade? It's been a while.
I think you do it at the workshop.
Ooh.
Workshop.
Power ring.
Go to the workshop when you do the go to the Moogle shop. You'll just instead of click buy, click workshop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Keyblade Forge. Okay, let's go to.
Vigor says I still don't like the idea of keyblades breaking. Wait, what?
I think you're talking about like Riku's.
Yeah. I'm kind of half and half on it too, Vigor. I completely forgot that was even a thing. To be quite honest.
I'm just gonna keep charging. Alrighty. So far, my Zeus one is my strongest. So.
My favorite keyblade to use out of the starter ones was always the Tangled one.
We don't have
love that keyblade, the Ever After one. So good.
Alrighty, I think.
Time for. Alright, now it's the part of the stream where Joel gets lost in the mall.
But first, we save the game. Alright, off we go.
You can tell that team had a blast making this game.
Oh yeah. Like I feel like they kind of got to the one they wanted to do the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing we've got to do is head down the street.
Galaxy Toys is on the other side of town.
Also, the Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack has also been released.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of grinding too, just so you know, fellas.
Also, the final boss battle is not actually called the Key to All, it's called Dark Domination. That's what the final boss name is actually called. That's something to keep in mind too. Whenever like a soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts is yet to be released, any song titles you see are typically filler titles, fan-created titles. I remember Vector to the Heavens back in the day was named Dirge of the 14th before it actually had a name.
Oh, that's cool.
I also like the Scala Odd Kylum battle theme is called Edge of Existence. He says, I would say that my only complaint about the Keyblade transformations is that most are overall pretty similar to one another. I would agree with that to a point, V-Griff. My only issue is that certain have a lot of good unique differences. Ultimate Weapon, the Keyblade Joel's using, Shooting Star, what the hell is the other one I was going to talk about? Shooting Star, Ever After, Ultimate Weapon.
I forgot what my favorite Keyblade to use during this game was, but
the one Joel's currently using. They all have a lot of unique abilities. Now, a lot of the other ones, I will agree with you. What the fuck is the Starlight is pretty similar to the Kingdom Key. All the DLC Kingdom Keyblades are pretty similar. The Keyblades you get, from what I understand from the optional ones, are pretty similar. The Earthkeeper and the Oblivion are really nice, though. They're similar to one another, but when you can use the dual form, it's amazing. What Keyblades am I forgetting about? Oh, yeah, and the frickin', oh, and the Caribbean Keyblade is also amazing. The one you get in Big Hero 6 is great. Those are all pretty unique. I feel like half of them are really unique, but the other half are really the same. That's the unfortunate thing about the Starlight, is there's nothing really that unique about it. The form change for the Ultimate Weapon is amazing. Another thing that... Huh?
I'm gonna say my inner paranoia trying to just get me a level 12 as best as possible.
Vigor says the Caribbean one is my favorite. The Caribbean, the Wheel of... I believe it's called the Wheel of Fate. That one is also my favorite. That and Ever After.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I remember using that quite a lot.
Yeah. And the Ultimate Weapon, once you get it, it's well worth it. I also love, Joel, the other thing I love the upgrade, the facelift Magic got in this game.
Hang on, it's thinking. Otherwise, there we go. Got a little worried there first. Yeah, I'm still with you. Like, wonder why this...
I love the facelift that Magic got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so much more effective than it was in previous games.
Why that toy moved?
I guess it hasn't figured it out.
Figured what out?
Now, the one thing I can't say that about, the other mechanic that I'm not a big fan of, Vigor says BRB, alright. You know the one big mechanic I've always said I wasn't a fan of, Joel?
What?
And that was the attraction flow mechanic. The Disney ride thing.
Yeah, I like some of the attractions.
Some of them, but others not so much.
Okay, this was always hard for me, the robots, because like sometimes I have to find a robot. And sometimes there's not always a robot around to fight.
The one thing I'll give Kingdom Hearts 3 is gameplay-wise, it has a lot of variety.
I mean, yeah, like, this is where I think 3 surpasses 2 in terms of, like, its world design.
Yeah. Is you're able to interact with things a lot more than you ever were able to, even in 1.
And I think the Disney stuff isn't as intertwined with the main story as, like, I think people would want, but it feels a lot more worth it.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
What's interesting about Kingdom Hearts 1 is there's some actually interesting mechanics that you would never realize are there. And you will completely miss. There's a mechanic in 1 that I'm like, why the hell did they bother putting this in? Did you know in Hollow Bastion, Joel, in 1 you can actually freeze the bubbles?
I didn't know that.
You can turn them into huge chunks of ice.
Huh.
Yeah.
I should have to try that.
I didn't know until I was trying to get a chest. And that's a thing you would completely miss.
There's no reason you can't.
Do what?
I think the worlds are more thematically intertwined with Kingdom Hearts 3 than
yeah,
2.
I think so too.
I think people are missing plot for just theme and story.
Yeah. Thematically, the stories are well used.
Okay, let's see, how do I do this? Okay, it's been a while. Hey, hello. Been a while, so I forget things. Hello. Ah. Okay, uh-huh. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts 1 music in this game compared to 2.
Yeah. Well, 1 has an almost entirely new soundtrack.
True, it's like
that was one of my issues. That was one of my issues in 3 when it first came out. Is a lot of the songs were remixes. I wasn't big on that at first, but then over time I really started to love it. And then Remind introduced some really good stuff. I will also say I think Yazora's boss theme is my favorite secret boss theme of the series. Might be one of my favorite boss themes of the series. Which is saying something because there's a lot of great Kingdom Hearts music, but Yazora's boss theme I think is my favorite.
So what's your favorite robot? Do you like the blues or the red or the purple ones?
If I recall, I think the red. Also, Yazora's theme is titled Nachtflügel, I believe is how you say it, which means Nightwing in German.
Nightwing,
Or wings on the wings of night. Rough translation.
That sounds very anime. You know, my She-Ra He-Man fanfic has been getting a lot of good reviews lately, so I've been happy about that.
Awesome. Vigor says, in terms of secret boss themes, there is a version of Rage Awakening. I love that version too, Vigor, from me, though I think Nachtflügel, I think, beats it.
He was being controlled? He wasn't.
Vigor says his favorite Gigas is the purple one.
Purple's a good too.
It's nothing.
I am low-key thinking about ordering Domino's.
I had some chicken chow mein for my lunch, and I still have some leftovers.
Lunch, it's dinner time where I'm at.
They split this world in two.
Well, I've had lunch before.
One world, us in the other. Only one of the worlds is real.
It is 7:45 where I'm at.
You can't be serious. Oh, that's right. You're from a video game. Well, maybe in your.
I still can't get over the fact, Joel, that when Jake was on in Dream Drop Distance, we didn't have his audio.
This is ridiculous.
Remember that?
What?
Woody,
when Jake was with us in Dream Drop Distance and nobody can hear his audio.
Right.
So it's just you and I talking to a ghost for about 3 hours.
Have been taken to some kind of alternate world. That would explain
Excuse
why
me.
your lasers
Hot dog with sauerkraut for lunch and currently having shepherd's pie for dinner. Nice.
Worse than evil emperors and
I mean lunch.
the galaxy?
For lunch. I didn't notice that.
Point taken. but that just means these strangers are part of the delusion.
Could go for a good
And I say
quiche
it's
right
time
now.
we parted
Remember when
ways
I was
and
in
went
London, I had salmon quiche. That was really good. It sounds disgusting, but it was really good.
Look, I get that it seems weird. But we know something's wrong with this place. We should stick together.
Sora's right. They
Thought we
help
were friends, not strangers.
so they might help
Heh.
find our friends. They have been there for us
Oh,
so far.
Cole, it's like
You can't
watching
deny that.
so much of the TV stuff. It's like
Every toy
it
deserves a
fits
fair
so
shake.
thematically well with
Am I
Kingdom
right?
Hearts. Like I'm already like there's so many alleys and avenues you could take it. Like one TV series has the classic friends become enemies trope, and one of the main characters of another TV series is the wide-eyed, curious person who wants to like be the hero and stuff. It's like Sora could totally bond with these people. They're essentially versions of him.
We have got to find them.
Please, let
Well,
us
to be
go.
fair, Sora was an extension of that type, and I'm sure in those series,
Well,
it's an
Buzz,
extension of those types too.
do you
That's
really
true.
think we can save our friends on our own?
Kingdom Hearts was not the first to do that. It had been happening long before that. I mean, Naruto's typically a big go-to, and it was. Same for Bleach.
That's true.
Sora can be reckless. and
Shout out to Bleach getting us up to finally getting an actual season. I'm glad I was wrong.
You're gonna love how a lot of shows these days, Western shows, are embracing anime.
I mean, it's because I think people finally realized, oh, anime isn't a fad.
Well, that and a lot of the showrunners for these cartoons that I'm watching are very young. Like, they're our age, maybe a little older, like in their 30s, but, you know.
And some of them are fans. Some of them are anime fans.
Yeah, I mean, they probably watched Pokemon as kids, and the Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Naruto, and the Yu Yu Hakusho, and all that stuff.
Bleaches, yep.
And Bleach.
The One Pieces.
The One Pieces, and the Yu-Gi-Mans, and the Pokios, and the Digimons. Did you ever watch Digimon, Cole?
No, I've never watched anything Pokemon related. Actually, that's not true. I watched like an episode or two of Pokemon at a friend's house once.
No, Digimon is different from Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen Digimon.
Hey,
Digimon is simply Pokemon, but with a story. And a lot more emotional.
It's perfect. Come on, guys.
I hear you. Not to mention how overly political the showrunners have gotten.
I'm kind of
That's what Vigor says.
This looks like a way in.
I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up with the showrunners much, so.
Yeah, I like them, so. People got a problem with it, then you just shit it. Everything's political, Cole.
What was the story that said everything is? Wasn't it Ben Affleck and freaking shit, Batman v Superman says everything is a political statement? No, or was that Heisenberg? Not Heisenberg. Eisenberg. Is he the one who said that?
I don't know.
Speaking of Justice League.
Oh shoot! Which one I'm supposed to go on again? The green or the blue or the?
I think stick with the yellow.
You mean the green?
Yellow, Joel.
Ah.
Speaking of Justice League, Snyder Cut's happening.
Oh yeah.
I'm interested to see what that turns out to be. I hope like hell it's actually good, and I hope all the people who clamored for it actually get something good out of it.
I hope you all just watch it. Like, I hope they watch it. Like, that's why they're doing it, to get subscribers for HBO Plus.
Yeah.
So you know, you better.
Yeah, y'all better watch it. If y'all like clamor for it this much and then y'all won't watch it, and then you'll be like, oh, you know, keep going like that, and watch it, people. Come on now. Vigor says Digimon and Pokemon have been rivals for a long time. I don't know, because again, Pokemon and Digimon aren't. Pokemon has never been like my knowledge base in terms of like anime related stuff. Same with Yu-Gi-Oh. Shout out to One Piece for getting up to 1,000, for almost hitting 1,000 chapters. That's coming up soon.
Oh, dang it, there was a robot right there.
We'll find some ingredients around here.
Joel's got the blues, it seems. Joel, what are you doing?
These toys actually look kind of awesome, and I would buy them if I were.
I would too. You have no idea how many of the Dissidia toys in here I would buy.
And I like, oh, I have no money, I have no room, and I never play with them, but I want all of them.
He just... Do you guys
Be
hear
good window dressing.
What?
Be good window dressing.
Yeah, but
Nonetheless.
What's that?
Something feels wrong.
Oh yeah, the dragon mini boss things.
Buzz, you sure?
If it wanted to play nice, then it should have stayed away from my friends.
Buzz's arc in this is surreal, I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, though.
Isn't this supposed to take place between 2 and 3?
Yes, this is canon. According to
Yeah.
the Pixar people.
Yeah. So is apparently Big Hero 6.
I think it's supposed to take place after the series.
I think. Oh, I forgot that a Buzz Lightyear TV series happened.
That show was so good.
I forgot about that. Remember the Crash Nebula series in Fairly Odd Parents? That pilot that we technically got that never got off the ground. I would have loved to have seen that continue.
Remember the Crimson Chin?
Yeah.
Here comes the Crimson Chin.
But remember we almost got a young Crash Nebula series?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a weird.
Remember that? That
didn't
was weird. I would have loved to have seen where that went, but yeah, it was strange.
Remember TV's Adam West as Catman?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And it was played by Adam West, and Adam West was like a regular on the show.
I completely forgot about that.
Nice moves, Rex.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Had some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Really? Would you say I was
That show did not end on a high note, sadly.
No, that's a show that really fizzled out. Unfortunately.
Listen, Rex.
To think that Fairly Odd Parents technically the last big hoorah were the live action movies.
Where the others were taken?
Oh yeah.
Griff says, didn't Adam West show up in Johnny Bravo?
I don't know. I never watched Johnny Bravo. It's
Oh, great. Huh?
Adam West was cool to do a lot of stuff.
Sarge, have you got a status report?
Sir, one of my men just located
Oh yeah, shout out to the Mandalorian. The show The Mandalorian is amazing. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
was debriefing him,
So good.
but something must have gone wrong. All radio contact.
So good. And we're going to Tython next episode, so that's going to be interesting. Spoilers.
I mean, I don't know. Are we? I'm 90% sure we might, but who knows? They might have to do a
Unless
couple.
we get...
You think it could
Yeah.
be the Heartless?
But we only got 3 episodes left, so
Maybe. I wonder what the finale are we going to be. I doubt we're finishing it with Moff Gideon this early.
Actually,
I mean, we might go to Tython in the finale.
I'm sure
I imagine that'll probably be it.
going to be much too narrow for my big dinosaur tail.
Also, Joe, I did something recently that I had never done before. I beat Knights of the Old Republic 1 on the light side.
Nice.
Yep. Now I'm playing through KOTOR 2 again.
That's always fun.
Yep.
Good times. Good times, especially with this game. It's just Mandalorian.
Yep.
It's so strange to think that the creator of Fairly Odd Parents also made Danny Phantom.
Also another fucking amazing show.
That had a finale.
Yeah, a rushed finale, but a finale nonetheless. What's your favorite horror game? Ooh, that's difficult.
I don't play horror games. So.
Yeah, no, I would love to see Joel play a horror game.
Where am I supposed to go again? Somewhere around here, right?
I think you go find the dollhouse. I think is what you got to do next. Actually, no. Go to the. Yeah, go to where that whole. You got to find the space dudes. They're in that record player thing on the other side of that store, I think.
Oh, so I just leave this area?
Or no. Actually, go to the. No. Go to the dollhouse. That thing might be in here. I don't know. If it's not in there, you may have to go up another level. So, what favorite horror game? Does Half-Life count? Because I love Half-Life.
Remember that zombie game we played, but it got ruined? I miss
7 Days to Die. Yeah, that 7 Days to Die was. I love 7 Days to Die.
I wish you could.
Yeah, 7 Days to. Yeah, 7 Days to Die kind of got terrible. That's it. 7 Days to Die. It's more. No, it doesn't. It's more sci-fi than horror. Okay, then. I'll say Until Dawn.
Okay, so I don't think it's here. I think we gotta go to a different store.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 Days to Die is a classic example of a developer. Like, if you have issues with them, if you think Nomura has not done good things with the series, the developers of 7 Days to Die have ruined that series. Nomura has never really ruined this series to the point where it's not used, to the point where it's something completely different. 7 Days to Die is.
Well, that and Kingdom Hearts is still relatively beloved by people.
Yeah. 7 Days to Die essentially went from a survival RPG to an action game. Vigor says, for me, in this game I played the Haunted Mansion with Five Nights at Freddy's being a close second. Nice. Until Dawn's a fun game. I don't know, I've actually never played Five Nights at Freddy's. I probably should. I need to play Phasmophobia. I've heard good things about that.
Oh, there's the dollhouse. It's up there, so we gotta go.
Yep. I would love to see Joel play Until Dawn.
I don't know, Cole. I don't like the idea of having to play something that's gonna freak me out.
I think you'll be fine. No, the great thing about Until Dawn, too, is... Vigor says I never played Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm a fan of the series. I know its reputation. I know it's revered. I know I probably like it. I just need to play it. Five Nights at... fuck, not that. What was I gonna say?
Whoa, whoops.
Until Dawn, Joel, is a game where you essentially get to decide who lives and dies, and the game has multiple endings based on who lived and who died.
I don't think, I think I was supposed to go through, like, somewhere else to get to the dollhouse, Cole.
I think you have to go to the green, well...
Oh, yeah, right, the green. It is the green, hang on.
No, you actually, you know what you have to do, Joel? You have to go in the vent and the game place.
It's in the game place? No, I don't think it's in the game place, Cole. I think it's up here. I think you might be right.
Actually... Is it on the green?
Yeah, it's in the green, because here are the vents.
Sounds like Danganronpa. Never played that. Also, Hayden Panettiere. Until Dawn is essentially a game where a bunch of college students go up into the mountains and shit starts happening.
Okay.
And Hayden Panettiere voices one of the characters.
Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe it's not in the green. Maybe it was back at... I didn't see it.
I think it might be in the game. It might be in the game room, Joel. You have to go up in one of the vents in one of those things now that I remember.
Are you sure it's not back in the action store and we're supposed to find a place there?
No, it's in the action store. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Not game room. There's also actually, yeah. Screw that. Slender the Arrival is probably my favorite.
Back here.
I love most of the Slender Man. See, I love the Slender Man mythos. Marble Hornets is so good. I love Marble Hornets. To any of you who have never watched Marble Hornets, go out there right now. It's on YouTube. Go watch that series. It is well worth your time. If you
hey,
look,
look,
you're a fan of horror, you would like Marble Hornets.
This is from one of the Toy Story shorts, the dinosaur guy.
Oh, nice.
Fun fact,
why does he look like a freaking, Klingon from Star Trek?
He's a warrior dinosaur. This is where I got lost the first time. Oh wait, I think I see something.
Vigor says, wasn't he from the Christmas special?
I don't know if it was the Christmas special, but I definitely think it was. But definitely one of the shorts.
Oh yeah, you gotta go up on the top shelves over there, Joel.
Okay.
I wonder how much Kingdom Hearts would have to pay in royalties in order to have Legos featured in this.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Was it from the Christmas special, Joel?
I think so. It definitely is special. I don't know if it was Christmas. I mean, it might have been set during Christmas, and it just wasn't Christmas themed. But like the idea with the
SCP series has some good horror elements in it too.
but like the kid, well, like the idea with like the kid, the dinosaurs just only played video games and toys kind of went crazy for a little bit, but then eventually Bonnie got him to get to play with the dinosaurs and like they got played with.
Nice. Are they making a Toy Story 5?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I heard the live action Mulan wasn't good.
That no one saw it, so
Yeah.
I don't even think it was because it wasn't good. I just don't think people were gonna pay $25 for it.
No, that was grossly overpriced.
They should just put it on Disney Plus for free.
They wouldn't have made their money back that way, I doubt.
I know, but still.
Vigor says, ever heard of Phantasmagoria? I have not. What's that?
Which way do I...
Also, at the time of this recording, the PlayStation 5 has been released.
I'm probably not gonna buy one. At least not for a long time. Oh shoot!
I would love to be able to get it. That's the only issue is I physically can't because it's nowhere. No, like seriously, it's impossible to order right now. A hero game from the PlayStation 1 era, in case you were, if I recall correctly. Never heard of it. Was it a lesser known game?
Sorry, I'm like lost right now. So please.
This is the part of the stream where Joel gets lost.
Okay, I just went all the way back. My bad.
Bigger says in a number of other decisions Disney made with Mulan that made the movie even less likable. I keep forgetting that Shan Yu, Shang, and all of them never were included.
That too. That's. Oh, I think I found my. Here we go. I gotta go this way.
I could have been made to like it, but I heard that none of the new elements were really that good.
Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Sorry, I think I might have missed. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go up here. I think I'm supposed to like go down here. There we go.
Not the platforming champion.
Okay, this looks new.
Remember, Joel, flow motion is a thing in this game. Use it.
Right. Hey, okay, yep. Oh no.
From what I heard, one of the settings was near a Chinese concentration camp. Not well. Okay then.
That too.
That's something.
Oh yeah. It was near the Yi. Oh, what's it called? The Yi. The Yuan region.
The Xi'an region?
Nah, it starts with this. It's the majority Muslim area where they've been trying to repress the culture for years.
Oh. Ouch. Yikes. Plus, there was the whole big issues with Hong Kong that happened not too long ago.
Apparently, the actual star of the movie was pro-Chinese government on that front.
Yeah, yeah, she caught some flack for that.
Where do you guys think we should start?
Is that Elsa and Anna doll or look-alike? They got the same colors.
Maybe.
Sarge, didn't you mention music?
Affirmative, Goofy.
Joel, if there's a person on Twitter that says, don't open this.
Why don't we look for things that make noise?
Don't open what?
Sure.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I really wish I hadn't opened that.
What happened?
What do you mean?
Don't open a tweet that says, don't open this.
Oh, mind the way.
Do you really want to know what I saw?
Yes.
You wouldn't have trusted them.
It was a hentai drawing of Scar and Nala.
Oh, no.
It was on freaking Twitter. Yuck.
Oh, no, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that. Oh.
I mean, I know they wanted to go that route in the movie, but still.
Especially if it means getting Andy and our friends back.
Oh, no. Yuck, yuck.
I mean, that's why Nala left in the original cut.
Why?
Cause Scar wanted to mate.
Oh, and Nala's like, yeah, not into that.
For the reason why he had to do Zira.
Yeah, except, isn't Kovu not Scar's son?
Yes. He is his adopted heir, like the Romans would with their son when they didn't get kids. I just want to check this again.
Yep, when your stuff doesn't work, adopt.
Or when they just don't want to help out the work.
Yeah. V-Griffin is back. Welcome back.
You just missed out, V. Griffin, and you should be glad you did.
Also, the writers for Mulan Traducci like was magic. Oh.
Hey, I don't mind she being magic and like Jackie Chan Adventures, so.
I love that they couldn't do. I love that they didn't have Mushu for appropriation purposes, but they were willing to do that. Really. It's always the thing that annoys me about Hollywood these days, Joel, is they're like, no, that wouldn't be believable, and then they do really unbelievable things that they think would be more believable that really aren't.
They just embrace the unbelievable.
That's what I'm liking a lot more movies these days. Is movies that do that. I'm like, stop with trying to make things believable when they really aren't. They're even more preposterous.
You're drawing attention to yourself.
Exactly.
Just embrace the stupid.
It's like the new Sonic movie.
I haven't seen the new Sonic movie.
I haven't. Shout out to Paramount for actually changing the design of Sonic in that.
To be fair, I feel bad for the animators, though.
Me too.
They probably ain't getting paid.
Yeah, but even so, shout out to Paramount for actually doing that.
I think that made that movie way more likable by people.
Yeah, Paramount realized, oh shit, that's gonna really tank our sales. Do something new, like, well, why don't we just change the design?
I mean, I think that's the only way you can do stuff like Sonic Cold. Like, you just need to make him cartoony.
Yeah, because it's just how unbelievably dumb they are. I heard nothing but good things about the Sonic movie. Same here.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably again because they just made him more cartoony. If he wasn't cartoony, that's what everyone would be talking about. But the design.
Again, because it's hard not to. It's like the Cats movie. That Cats movie.
It had Ian McKellen in it.
It had a lot of people on it, Joel. A lot of people. I'm like, why the hell are y'all in this movie?
Ian McKellen's living a lifelong dream here. Okay.
Apparently, a lot of people were. God, the people. Good thing I never watched that movie. Yeah, same here. My grandmother wanted to watch it, and I got it for on DVD because I did not want to watch that with her. I went, absolutely not. Yeah, you gotta go to that dollhouse, Joel.
I know, I'm just getting rid of. How come I don't have heal yet? Oh, that's right. Oh shoot, I'm on rage 4.
You haven't put it in your thing. You have it. You just haven't equipped it. That is such a Cats is such a strange movie, Joel.
Yeah. I'm okay.
When I saw it, I'm like, why didn't y'all just make a cartoon movie, animated?
I'm surprised they haven't done that for Cats yet.
That's when I saw that movie. I'm like, why did y'all do this live action? It would have been far more believable and far less. You would have had far less issues with it just making it animated.
I'm waiting for my Thundercats movie. Or reboot.
I would prefer watching a fan-made Warrior Cats movie than waste money for a movie. I'm not going to like, yeah.
I want the Thundercats reboot again. A good one.
Didn't they do that?
It wasn't that good as I thought it would be.
Aren't they rebooting He-Man as well?
Yes. Well, there's actually 2 reboots going on. One is a Kevin Smith thing, which is supposed to be a continuation of the 1980s timeline, and then apparently there's a whole, just a full-on reboot.
Interesting.
And a live-action movie, apparently. Hang on, I'm gonna show.
Live-action He-Man, that'll be something.
There's already a live-action He-Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, I gotta equip my potions here.
Speaking of Thundercats, I saw a remake of the original Thundercats opening using 3D animation. Digger says.
I don't see Cure in here, Cole. Oh wait.
Customize, Joel. Customize.
Customize. That's right.
Or was it CGI? I get the two confused.
Oh, hang on. There we go. Much better. I'm still gonna use this potion.
Yeah. Also, again, I'm gonna reiterate it in every video. It took an entire series for Kingdom Hearts to get a fucking water spell.
By the dollhouse. Oh wait, I think I have to go somewhere else first, right? Oh, that's right. I have to go.
Go to the dollhouse.
No, we have to go here. We're at the dollhouse, Cole.
Oh yeah, you have to do the. You have to go. Yeah, go over to the thing. Yeah. Have Woody run on the little record. Vigor says I'll send it to Joel after the stream. He'll send you the Thundercats opening remake.
I mean, as of right now, Cole, She-Ra over He-Man all the way.
Why not? Well, I mean, I knew that before. I didn't even need to. You didn't even need to tell me that. I knew that. I think that's pretty much the sentiment of most people nowadays, Joel.
Come on, Sora. You've never used a record player? Huh? Like this.
Whoa.
You've never used a record player?
It's working.
Sora was clearly not a 90s kid.
He must have been born like in the 2000s. No, not late 90s.
Wait, did that sound off to you?
Huh? Hey! Sora! There's some kind of strange noise coming from the orchestra.
Also, we have not had a Marvel movie this year, and probably won't until next year.
Woody.
Now we'll never know if there would have been Marvel burnout.
Yep. I think we're getting Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals next year. I think they bumped up Shang-Chi's production.
Nice. Somebody said that because of the whole no Marvel movie in this whole year, they could have honestly done the that whole Inhumans pilot, and it still would have made a bunch of money, just because, hey, Marvel film, we need to see something.
Vigor says, have you heard what happened to Johnny Depp? Yeah. It really sucks. I feel bad for him.
What did he do this time?
Joel, have you not kept up with all the shit that's been happening with Johnny Depp?
I know he lost his role. He left Harry Potter, the latest one.
Joel, the whole thing with the allegations against him, it turned out that a lot of them were probably fabricated, and also that apparently Amber Heard also has been abusing him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I knew that. I think you told me that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've told you before that Heard's had domestic abuse charges, has just domestic abuse. I think she was found guilty of a domestic abuse charge past against another person. So from all I've heard, Amber Heard apparently is not a particularly nice person.
Wait, Corporal. You're not fit for action.
From what I'm to understand.
Like first Johnny Depp and Rosario Dawson too.
Well, I mean, Johnny Depp's kind of, it's starting to be kind of like, it's kind of, it's kind of in the thing, like, Johnny Depp might not be an asshole.
I mean, who knows?
What I mean, Joel?
Yeah.
Like, apparently, and the other thing, too, is a lot of Amber Heard's allegations against him, especially all the evidence she claimed has been proven to be untrue.
Gotcha.
Because apparently Depp had a lot more evidence at his disposal.
Mission complete.
Interesting. Yeah.
So apparently Depp might actually not be as bad of a person. Vigor says I signed a petition to get her removed from Aquaman 2. Yeah, it's a shame that she keeps getting roles. When I started really turning away from her when I realized she had a domestic abuse charge.
Those petitions aren't gonna do anything. They're keeping Warner Brothers still has Flash guy. For Flash.
What did Ezra Miller do again?
Didn't he like beat up a woman?
I don't know if that's. I don't remember that to be off the top of my head. My issue is that they keep Jared Leto.
What's Jared Leto accused of again?
He wasn't really cute. I mean, Jared Leto, I'm a 50-50 on the Jared Leto's more of an ass more than he is. He didn't really do anything bad. It's the whole thing he did on Suicide Squad where he loved like dead pigs and shit for like.
I mean, there's being an asshole, and then there's domestic abuse and beating up a woman. A homeless woman, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that on film? Oh, hello, creepy.
I do not remember. Oh yeah, you gotta fight the creepy doll.
What's wrong?
She's back. That's the doll that Big Face.
Yeah, Amber Heard's caught a lot of flack recently. I don't know, Joel. Maybe everything recently might get Amber Heard in some trouble.
I mean, if she's toxic enough to, you know.
Yeah. Also, Vigor says it's easy. One of my favorite bosses in the game. Same. Yeah, because Joel, we're in an era where if you get enough shit piled against you, companies will act.
That's why I'm straight about the Rosario Dawson thing, because, like, it's not like the Gina Carano thing where she has actively spewed terrible. Like, it's still bad, and I still get why people are upset. But it's like...
Yeah, I'll trust... Oh, yeah, I very much get that.
I mean, I don't know how much you know, Cole, about the story going on.
I don't know too much about her. All I know is that... I really don't know much about it, honestly.
She has been accused of like actively hurting transgender friend person.
Oh, okay. Did
So
Rosario Dawson do something similar?
No, that's his Rosario Dawson thing.
What was the Gina thing?
Well, it's just she just says a lot of like she's totally like all about the conspiracy stuff, QAnon, don't wear a mask, it's for suckers. Shit.
Yeah.
And she like totally like thinks pronouns are dumb and stuff like that.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
Like Rosario is like an actual legal case.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing.
I knew Rosario Dawson had some issues going against her.
But it's like 18 of those charges are dropped, but then again, it's like, you know, oh shoot, that. Oh well, I'm gonna just use it. But 18 of those charges are dropped, but then again, you know, it's like you're going up against a powerful rich person, so it's like, you know, do you expect to win?
Have you watched Joe Rogan's podcast at all, Joel?
I don't like Joe Rogan.
I don't either.
I avoid that like the plague. Why?
Just curious. I see him connected to a lot of conspiracy stuff. The thing that gets me nowadays is the advocation for a lot of conspiracy theories, and I'm not a fan of that. To anybody who watches, I apologize if you are into that. I'm not.
I think the world's too complex for conspiracy theories, Cole, and people are too dumb to orchestrate them.
Yeah. I really can't give credence to conspiracy theories, especially given the whole Earth is flat and faking the moon landing shit. All of that really has soured any sort of diving into conspiracy theories. Speaker says I'm not into conspiracy theories either. The whole faking the moon landing, I don't get why people are so into that.
Well, it's not just those types of conspiracy theories. Nowadays, it's like, and Monsanto is directed to these 5 politicians who are doing these 5 things, who are doing this, and they're all connected to a sex ring, and yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
Although, you know what's sad, though? Someone pointed this out, like the QAnon thing. It's sort of like, well, now it's kind of hard to actually talk about real-life sex trafficking in Hollywood, which is actually a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it is, and unfortunately, that is a major, and that's the problem, unfortunately, with a lot of that stuff. Oh, Speaker says the Thundercats are making CGI. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of those conspiracy theories coming out, is that a lot of those actual issues are becoming harder to talk about.
Sorry to have worried you all.
Right.
And even if celebrities are connected to it, the conspiracy theories themselves aren't really helping. In fact, they're kind of making it murkier to kind of deal with in any feasible way.
I mean, it's all the stuff with, like, with the Rosario Dawson thing, because she's playing Ahsoka, so it's like, you got, on the one hand, people who are, like, legit mad, which, you know, totally get, yep, because of the transgender stuff that's going on, you know. as nuanced and murky as it is, you know, if you feel mad about it, that's your business, and you gotta do what you gotta do. And then it gets warped up, and like the actual just like, oh, I don't think she was in character because of these writing choices or this thing, and then it gets yada. The people who love it so much, it's like, oh, shut up, you know, it's like
Yeah, Vigor sent the link too, by the way, Joel.
Thanks, Vigor. I'll check it out later. So it's like, you know, it gets muddied in that.
Yeah. What the hell was I gonna say?
And I'm just kind of curious. It's like, well, if they'll keep, there's a save point. Is there a save point in here? I don't think there is.
Yes. There's one close here, and then there's the whole J.K. Rowling thing.
Well, I get not supporting J.K. Rowling anymore because of what she said.
Yeah. And also to people, she also, not only has she came up against trans women, she's also said some really stupid shit about people with mental illness and people who take medication. So as soon as she said that, I'm like, Rowling, shut up. Seriously, shut up.
I think... like we said, I don't know. She said some lies.
Vigor said, what did she said? I can't quote word for word what she said, but apparently she said that something along the lines of taking medication is a sign of weakness she tried to use it in a way that tried to be constructive, but really it came off as derogatory. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not ever going to ever defend you. I wasn't going to do it before, and now I am vehemently against you. So yeah, I do not support J.K. Rowling and will not support her at all in the future. That's why it sucks with the whole Harry Potter franchise, because I'm like, well, damn, the more she talks, the worse I feel for the people who are trying to salvage any Harry Potter stuff.
Especially now that cool video game just came out.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel iffy about supporting that, because well... Way to plummet your popularity, Rowling. Yeah, seriously. The more she opens her mouth, the worse she ends up making her image.
I think that's the difference, again, between like the Gina Carano stuff and the Rosario Dawson, because Rosario Dawson hasn't said anything, but there's been accusations against her.
Yeah.
While Gina Carano has said some really dumb stuff, which is easy to pinpoint. And where are we going again? Shoot, I just completely forgot.
You need to go to the play area.
Alright. Which one's the play area again? I always forget.
You gotta go to the red level, if I recall correctly. You just missed it. Anyway.
No, I got it.
It also hasn't helped with a lot of, yeah. It sucks, Joel, when a lot of people really just plummet anything they do by just saying shit.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Gina Carano and Rosario Dawson, it's one actress, so it's like... They can technically be replaced if Disney wants to do that. I don't know if they will.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there was an issue with a company I follow called Rooster Teeth. They had
oh, I know about Rooster. I know Rooster Teeth, but I don't know what do they do.
They're responsible for Ruby. They're responsible for a lot of things like Red versus Blue. They had a Achievement Hunter specifically had a very big controversy recently, and rightfully so, where one of their core members, one of their core people, had a lot of sexual misconduct allegations placed against him. The stupid thing about that is not only did he confirm some of those allegations, he then tried to make a statement later stating, oh, I just thought what I had with these people was special. And I'm like, dude, if I were your lawyer, I would have said you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, like they dug themselves into the...
No, yeah, he dug himself into a hole, and it was a person, I don't mind saying, that I really, really respected. I really looked up to as being this kind of, like, good father figure, and then it came in...
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like, the Vic Mignogna situation, and that's not just a Rooster Teeth thing, that's a wider thing, especially with Vic in general.
I'd be very curious to see if they keep Rosario Dawson or not, or even Gina Carano for season 3.
In that situation, they had to get rid of this person because, of course, for pretty much every reason possible, they could not keep him.
True, and there's enough wiggle room that I can see Disney like, we can take a few hits.
No, but in this case, if they kept them, that would have completely probably, for sponsor reason, they could not keep this person.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about our Mandalorian situation.
Oh yeah,
here.
I know. Yeah.
That's a bit more. Where am I supposed to go, Cole? I completely forgot. I'm lost.
You need to go to the play area.
Where's the play area?
Oh. Says Vic Mignogna because he was falsely accused. Was Vic falsely accused? I haven't kept up with that at all, so.
Oh, where's the play area? Is it up there? Or is it over here?
It's on one of the levels. I will say.
No, I think it's on the it's on the higher up level.
I will say something in regards to Vic. And again, I don't have anything really credible for this. But
please know that we respect all the emotions that people feel if they're upset or angry of any of these people we're talking about, and they have every right to be. Oh, there's the play area.
I will say, okay. So in terms of Vic Mignogna, I've had secondhand accounts of people who have been to conventions. Who have been to conventions that Mignogna was at. None of them assault allegations, mind you, or inappropriate allegations. I have heard, and this is not to minimize, this is not to tear him down or defend him, just as a moment of perspective. From what I'm to understand, Vic Mignogna is not the person he has painted himself out to be. Like the good person and the happy good person you see him in videos. From what I'm to understand, he is not particularly the nicest of people in the world. From what I'm to understand, I should also mention that I have some first-hand accounts. I had a fun fact professor in college once who was roommates with Mignogna.
Oh wow, that's something. That must be something.
So, and from what I'm to understand, and that's not even the account I'm talking about. From what I'm to understand, he was not the best guy around. Now, I have nothing to say in terms of assault allegation. None of these were ever like that. I never heard anything like that, so I cannot really add anything to that. But Joel, I feel like there's something we should also mention.
Yes.
When it comes to people, public figures of types, and I feel like this is such a cliche thing to say nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's the idea a person isn't, even if you believe you know a person from what you see in general, like just from their public image, that is almost never who they completely are.
Oh, definitely.
But you say that, Joel, but I feel like we live in an age where that's not universally accepted.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Where people think that because you've seen a person in a role or seen them in a movie, that you know what this person is like.
Right.
And that's a very dangerous mentality to keep. Now, that's not to say that that means everyone is guilty. No, of course not. That's not to say that in the slightest. Because Lord knows the Amber Heard thing showed us that there's definitely a nuance there, and that's not always 100% true.
Right. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to you and pay attention to the darn. There we go. Max, I'm so close. Hey, get back.
But it's also really telling that we're in an era where these allegations are finally at least being brought to the forefront, which is progress. Now the progress we have to make going forward is making this kind of
making the
Gigas and I jacket. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying
is making these kinds of workplaces not as toxic. The other thing with Rooster Teeth, aside from the other issue that Rooster Teeth caught flack for, was its treatment of its animation staff.
Oh, I mean that's true. That's a universal thing.
Yeah, and that they definitely deserve flack for. They even fired, I think, the head of animation because of his mismanagement of animation.
I'll be very curious to see where they go with Mando Season 3 in terms of these problematic actors that they've hired.
I mean, the easy thing is they could, if they want to, they could recast.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, are they? Like, do they care enough? That's my...
I mean, Disney's always kind of the weird, like... They have the front that they care, but deep down, Joel, you know that...
Well, but where are they?
Always gonna talk.
Well, no, it's all like, but some of these actors, like, which actors are toxic enough to keep around and which ones aren't, or...
Yeah.
Like, I think Gina's probably,
Yeah,
like, she seems like someone who burned her bridges, so...
Yeah.
Okay, come on, go. Hi.
I think it's a question of when do they start losing money. Right away, Joel, remember, you have shot lock. Use it.
Almost there.
Remember, Joel, hold R1 to use shot lock and thing and the like.
Finally. Got it.
You remember you have shot lock, right?
Oh, that's right. I actually kind of forgot about shot lock. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, use it. It will help you.
We are back. Our ship is no more. Nirvana will not be reached.
I love that line. Nirvana will not be reached.
Sorry I trashed you.
Yeah, that's how we feel every day.
We still have our new home.
Very much.
The Chamber of Andy.
They're right.
I think after the Toy Story world, Joel, we should probably call it a night.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's that much longer. I hope not.
No.
It's time for us to go home to...
Actually, Joel, can we cut it at right around here because the next area can kind of be might take a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. But well, folks, let's try and come back sooner than a few months.
Yes,
But can we?
definitely.
Let's do this cut. All let's find a safe spot though, and then we'll stop.
No more debate.
Yeah.
You with me, Woody?
Night, Big Griff.
You're right.
Well, that's our podcast for you, folks. We talk fun, and then by the end we talk about the serious stuff.
The entrance and go home.
Yep.
We're not afraid to talk about the serious stuff on this podcast. And we want to make it clear to everyone who's upset about this person or that person, your feelings are valid, we are here for you, and we care.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not so sure about
And
that.
even if you don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff we talk about, that's all good. As long as we can be civil and discuss some of this stuff.
But we don't
If we
tolerate
make it-
hate, or trolls,
No.
or bullies.
No, not in the slightest. But all we ask is to have a means of still to not make these subjects taboo, because making the subjects taboo doesn't do any good.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of people. I feel like that's some of the issues where I think when we think of when people say it's being overly political, I think we're still in an age though where a lot of this subject matter is still taboo.
Yeah,
We haven't breached that barrier yet.
we're still uncomfortable to associate our favorite things with the controversies of the real world.
Yeah. We still, to a degree, we're still under the mentality that kind of sort of like the golden age of Hollywood where the movie star could do no wrong, and that's not where we're at anymore.
Even then, they still did probably a lot of wrong.
No, like I could talk about Marlon Brando. I could talk about Marlon Brando. Dude was a great actor. Did some good stuff. Had his issues.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely had his issues.
Indeed.
But again, remember, making these subjects taboo is not going to help in the long run.
Exactly. But folks, we'll be hopefully coming back sooner than a few months. I'm going to try my best to motivate myself to do that.
Yeah, thankfully I've got 2 months off, so.
Right, because I definitely think we owe our fans to at least finish this world. Because I know my OCD will be going crazy.
Yeah.
But until then, folks, take care. Till next time, may your heart be your guiding key. Always.